Oh, we on air?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's probably why you want to stop talking. Let the theme song play. So live from Lone Star Comics in Plano, Texas on Independence Parkway, it is the Untitled Super Cool Nerd Show!
Hello!
And across the table, we've got MC back.
They let him back? We let him back?
Yes, we did. And to my right is our host, Chris Danger. I'm Jason the X, folks. Let's do a nerd show.
That's right, kids. It's Saturday. We're at Lone Star Comics.
We've been looking at the name.
I'm looking at it right here. I'm looking at the board games in the window, dude. There's some awesome stuff
Quit
there.
getting distracted by stuff you want to buy.
You forgot where he was. That's what it was.
He's just distracted
I'm
with
just
something
tired.
he wants to buy. I know. I went in there and got me some stuff too.
You bought some books?
All right.
Oh, the Peter Milligan issue 0 of Stormwatch.
I gotta get my
your
Green
New
Lantern. Gotta get my
Guardian.
Stormwatch. You know.
Your Tony Bedard issue 0 of New Guardians. Very nice. I was actually in there looking at games. I was thinking about buying some Flux or some Munchkins here. And by the way, as you see, young Master Jason here is rocking our official shirt. I was a slob. I did not wear mine today because
And he was provided one, so I'm not, going in.
I'm wearing a comic book shirt because I'm at a comic book store, pal.
And of course on the back. It says,
And you see, here's our show stuff behind us.
and these are going to be exclusive to us, but we are designing some other things to
Yes.
give out.
Are we going to design koozies?
For the fans, we're gonna have
Koozies?
Hats?
a specific T-shirt.
Let's
for
not
the
mention
fans.
koozies because
Socks.
we are in public, on
Koozies
the
are good.
street, so I can't really.
But you could put a soda pop in a koozie or a
I
bottle
can't
of water.
partake in my usual
Libation?
libations is the word I'm looking for.
Oh, no.
That being said, anyway, so Chris, we're talking about Halloween.
All Hallows Eve is this upcoming week, and wow, dude,
I love this holiday.
I love Halloween.
I just heard somebody's phone.
That was not mine.
Secure that phone there, Jason.
Stow it, sir. Stow it.
It just happens to be the person that we seem to be missing today.
Peter Cullen.
No, we're not missing Peter. If Peter Cullen was on this show, I'd be bowing down to the ground. But anyway,
Is he doing Optimus voice or Peter Cullen voice? Hi, I'm Peter Cullen. How
he's
you
doing
doing?
the Optimus voice. Anyway,
Okay, so yeah, Halloween is. I'd like some of that coffee. It looks
Later.
tasty.
No.
I sure do.
it's just.
I like French roast.
Yeah.
Okay, so Halloween is one of my favorite times of year because, and even from being a kid, I loved. Well, let's see, things like well, I didn't grow up very wealthy.
Frankenstein was the shit.
Hey,
Hey!
watch your language. There's children here.
I would like to know that I am not the person that dropped one first. It was MC.
MC.
Because I've been watching myself.
We're in
'cause
a
there
public
are-
place.
There are kids about, and
The parking lot cops might come over here and throw us out, dude.
Oops.
oh, that's good coffee.
That's a darn good cup of coffee. You want a piece of cherry pie with that? Dale Cooper.
That's good. You don't need to know it.
He's like Dale Cooper from Twin Peaks here, man. I tell you.
Actually, that text message was from the one person that we are missing today, and if she's watching,
Shame.
no.
Ooh.
Muse is not with us today, so she's
She's got a family thing. She's doing family stuff.
she's got family stuff. It's her brother's birthday. We miss her, and if you're watching Muse, hi.
Happy birthday to what? How old is her brother this year?
I don't know.
What? 16, 17? Happy birthday, kid. Have an awesome birthday. Anyway, so
Better be
Halloween.
watching.
I love Halloween because when I was a kid, it was my favorite holiday because my parents didn't have a lot of money. Because, my dad was cop, my mom, when I was little, we didn't have a lot. So I remember one particular Halloween, and ironically, it was when I was 3 years old. My sister made me a ghost costume out of a sheet.
With holes cut in it.
No. This is better. They put white grease paint on my face and sent me out in the neighborhood.
So you're kind of going out in whiteface.
Yes, I was 3. I didn't know any, but I was Casper the Friendly Ghost. You jerk.
Going out in whiteface. That's just shameful.
That was shameful.
I'm ashamed that
Dude,
you're on
it
this
was
show.
it was Duncanville in the suburbs in the early '80s. Who cares? I went out. I trick or treated
like everybody else.
I loved. Of course, the years went by. We bought the. Are you ramping up your own views on your review?
I am checking my views. Okay, I'll announce that later on.
All right. Anyway, so but of course, through the years, you got all the crazy costumes. And you went. Remember going to the grocery store and buying costumes?
Yes, getting the vinyl costume with the freaking plastic mask with the little slit cut in the nose and the mouth.
The one that poke you in the eye consistently. That one.
I think my first one was an X-wing fighter pilot costume.
And the face was like the X-wing fighter pilot. And
Yeah,
had the
it
little
was
eye holes
basically
in
Luke. Yeah, it had the creepy little eye holes. Those masks, man. And I think my favorite though was the one year that I begged my grandmother to buy me a third grade Centurions costume.
Oh, really?
Remember Centurions? They had the
the TV show that was actually just one giant toy campaign.
Yes,
yeah,
it
I remember
was,
that.
and I wanted those toys so bad. Hey,
Look, it's Waldo.
We found
her.
You did. You found me.
Wait a second.
Linda, Waldo's wife.
Waldo's
why?
Waldo's a woman? The
What?
deuce?
Yeah, she has a name
What the
apparently. It's a thing.
Where's Wendy?
I want to
She's
see
here.
Waldo with like a whole family
here.
and everything. Just
Yes.
Right here.
Oh, did we not? I didn't do that mic over there.
Yeah.
No,
Is that Mike Hot?
Yes.
Chat it.
no. This lovely person over here to my right. Please introduce yourself to our viewing audience out there.
My name is Amy. I'm the manager of Lone Star Comics here in Plano.
Yes.
Hello, Amy.
Hello.
Welcome to our little show we do.
Thank you.
Excellent.
So yeah, before we get to Halloween talk, what we're doing down here at Lone Star Comics, they are having Halloween Fest, as I've been plugging all week. You better been watching the Facebook page. I know it. That would be the downside of broadcasting outside.
Yeah, that's the Plano Fire Department.
I
roll
was
down the
all about
street.
broadcasting outside until I realized that there might be an emergency somewhere. But no, they're doing Halloween Fest down here at Lone Star. They're going to be doing this all day. Come down in costume. They've got artists inside, and they got us down here. We're going to be
They also
down
they
here.
also
So-
have, they also sell Flux and Munchkin here too, which is very cool.
They also got comic books, which I'm
Comic books are awesome.
But
They are.
back on the train, Wendy, what made you want to start this event?
Well, actually, it's an event that a bunch of the comic publishers are doing in conjunction with Diamond. We do a thing called Free Comic Book Day every year.
Oh, yeah.
Comic book stores across the nation in May, and they wanted to do sort of a corollary in October to celebrate Halloween and bring people into shops just before the holidays.
Perfect thing to celebrate, too.
Absolutely.
So DC, Marvel, Image, Boom, Ape, a bunch of companies have put out these freebie comics, and shops across the nation are giving away comics and games and
See,
candy.
I think this is actually a pretty cool idea because there's people that go to the Free Comic Book Day in the springtime and are like, okay, well, it gets crowded, it gets crazy. You got lines out the door at various shops you go to, and of course now putting something in the fall, I think making it biannual is twice a year is great.
Yeah, I think so too.
Get the kids in during the Halloween season. I'll ramp you up to Christmas, and they can go in the store and say, hey, there's some cool books.
What was that?
Whoa, what's going on there?
Don't worry about it.
Okay,
He's doing something.
he's doing something. I'll tell you,
I thought that was something.
and also I'd like to add that MC, because I guess he thought that I wouldn't have looked at the events and everything. He put up the sign that you have over there so we can see all the guests that are here.
Yeah.
MC is looking out for us. I just want to give him some props there.
See, Brent Irwin and the Ape Entertainment guys are here. So are Brian Delaney and
Chad Thomas, who draws Mega Man.
Man.
Yes.
Rockman.
Coming up at 2, we're going to have Nick Palmer and Roz Martinez, alternate innings webcomic.
Nice.
Brian Delaney, the Silver Sparrow webcomic. Andy Hirsch, the Royal Historian of Oz. And he does Marceline.
Yes.
Yes. He's MC's Birkin over there. And, of course, we got Brent Irwin, and the Ape Entertainment team is here. I actually met those guys last week
Oh,
at
that's right. That's
Fan
cool.
Days and got an
Yep.
interview with them. It's pretty awesome. I was asking a lot about the Strawberry Shortcake comic. Not that I'm into that at all.
Yes, you are.
Yes,
Stop
you are.
lying.
We need to
You
stay on track
weirdo.
here. We need to stay on track with the show and everything. So, about the event. Go ahead.
He likes
Go-
children's
go-
comics.
ask questions. Go. Dude.
So, anyways, so the event is, as I was mentioning, it allows to bring new people into the store. They see not only the comics, but they also see you guys are loaded with games too, man. You got some awesome stuff here.
A lot of games.
Let me ask you currently, and I like to ask this of all our guests. Currently, what's your favorite book? Like your favorite comic book, and if you're playing a game, what's your current favorite game?
My favorite comic book.
Whoa.
What is that?
It's just the amp. Just carry on.
Oh, just the amp. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
My favorite
Cool,
comic
cool.
book right now is The Unwritten by Mike Carey. It's a comic.
It's okay.
We're good. We're
that's,
chilling here.
We're good.
It's kind of like, what if Harry Potter was a real person living in our real world?
He
Nice.
isn't?
I thought he was.
Maybe.
I
I don't know. We're
Okay.
not supposed to talk about that.
Be quiet, Muggle. I'm talking to this lady here.
I'm not interrupting your interview.
So this guy's dad wrote a book, and he's the star of it, and he grows up he's like a loser. He just signs these books at cons, and like he's getting rich off his dad, and then he finds out he really does have these magical powers, and he's on the run from basically these like evil literature people.
Oh,
and
right on.
And he has to run through the plots of all these different books. It's super awesome.
Very cool. And a game that you're playing currently?
Like a board game or?
Well, we could go board game. We could
Computer
go board
game,
computer
Xbox,
video,
PS3.
whatever.
Android.
Well, I have been playing Final Fantasy 3 lately, old school, but
Right on.
my
Nothing
favorite,
wrong with
Right.
that.
We like
Nothing
the old
wrong
school
with that.
here.
my favorite board game is definitely Flux.
Flux is awesome.
I am a huge Flux fan. I keep it in my purse actually, so that just in any occasion I can just have some Flux.
Don't
on
look at
hand.
me. I know you've been mentioning Flux all morning.
Okay.
Just move
You
on.
just scored major points with me. You carry it with you at all times. That's
I do.
That's major nerd points with me. I'm in your. I'm
You know, sometimes you're in
Yeah.
line with a bunch of friends or something. You're bored. You got some card game.
exactly.
Bust it out.
Or coffee.
Or, shh.
What?
This guy. I can't take him anywhere. So
Take
okay.
me everywhere. I'm going to be so wired after the show.
Oh, this guy, I tell you. Anyway, so the event's today, and it's going from currently. I'm thinking it's going from. You got a costume contest today as well.
Costume contest at 3 o'clock. We're gonna have one for the adults and one for the kids. So
Okay.
lots of chances to win.
Very nice, and
And then we're gonna have the artists out here till 4, and we have a Magic the Gathering game day at 5, and
Ooh.
the free comics will be going on all day, and we'll have free candy too.
And you got some choice
said
picks in there for
candy?
free comics.
Yeah,
I got to
there's candy.
say.
I'll bring some out here.
There were some choice
Good
picks for
candy, I
free
hope.
comics in there. I just want to say that right now. Not just kids stuff. There was some great stuff over there. I got to go get me a Ninja Turtles comic. So
go to some
Yeah,
Will
I saw
People
that. That
comics in
looked
there.
good.
yes, yes.
Oh, excellent.
Why did we get that that little lull of silence there?
Well, I'm just in awe.
No, I'm happy that we could just come down here and do a show like outside. It just proves how mobile we can be.
We
on
are
this thing.
we've got a. This is our mobile news team. We can go anywhere.
And come down to Lone Star Comics. I came through earlier in the week, and you know, I couldn't help myself but go through the store.
Come, hang out
Rifle through it and touch everything.
That's kind of like I'm
with your sticky hands.
I'm trying to speak to her, but I keep looking around the store like, what can I buy up in here?
True.
Oh,
I was
hi,
to-
how you doing?
I was
you can-
totally
Oh, boy.
distracted on the conversation. You can't. I was just like a ADD child. Like, oh hey, nice to meet you. Ooh, what's going on?
Well,
over
you
here?
were. It's more like you were. What can I buy and hide from
Is
my
that-
wife?
Is that some Doctor Who stuff? You know what? We're gonna have a serious problem with that in a couple of months. So.
We do have layaway.
Oh no,
Layaway?
no, I'm already. I am dead for like big purchases until after like March. Why do we keep mentioning this on the show? We don't need to mention this because
Actually, what
Becky
he
might
needs
be
is
watching.
a vault somewhere that he can hide all this stuff.
Yes.
I need like a black hole, like a invisible, like a bag I can just pull stuff out of.
A secret
A bag of
storage
holding.
facility.
There's
+1.
there's no way to hide a 2-foot tall transformer. There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ordered. What the backstory is? He ordered this monstrosity.
Yeah, she's not watching today, so I got.
And it's probably totally against his wife's wishes.
No, if I keep saying, if I had gotten an original, it would have been much more than what I paid for this reissue. So, don't judge
This
me.
guy, I tell you,
I just can't hide.
he's got
anywhere.
it's Transformers is his crack. I mean, I'm sorry, it's his drug of choice,
What-
man.
what's this? Huh? This is
It's Alex Murphy or it's TJ Laser.
no. It's no.
Only like 4 people got that reference.
I'm gonna review. I am gonna put up a review of this guy just because he can do that.
Ooh.
It is pretty nice, though.
Come on, that was what we all loved about RoboCop. Come on, yes,
Yeah.
that right there.
I love
Did he
when he
have
got
that, like-
multiple protocols and went nuts.
Yeah,
That was the best
that
one.
was the best part.
Yeah.
Just remember this RoboCop because we got the new one coming out. You know, I will say, like I said about this RoboCop though, that's coming up. At least it looks like he could outrun somebody. So
We have like Domo running around the store.
the
Oh,
Domo
look.
costume
Wild.
is awesome,
It's Santa Domo.
and he's got a little Domo.
He's got little Santa
it's
Domo
a
coming
big
over.
Domo and a little Domo. Okay, you got to come over here.
Come over
You gotta
here.
Come
Yeah.
over here.
Come on over, Domo.
I think the table is high enough where you can't see his legs.
Yeah, he would have to have a seat. We'd have to swap him out.
Thank you, Amy.
All right.
You're awesome.
Thank you for Thank you for
Thank
talking
you. You're
for
awesome.
a while.
Thank you.
So,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Apparently,
That's why we're here. Come on down to Lone Star. Get
Hang
you
out
some
with
free
Domo.
comics.
Domo.
Meet some
Domo.
artists.
Domo.
Buy some comics.
You want
And-
Domo Talk Radio?
Domo Talk Internet Radio, yes.
Yeah.
You know, I think I was
Yes,
actually going for like a cookie
I just
monster
did that because
kind of
Dow was
thing.
taking a picture in the background.
Who doesn't love Domo?
I do that with my cat sometimes. I do the Domo with my cat.
You know, I think
Let's
one
say
of
you
my
dress
favorite.
your cat up in like a Santa hat and
And a beard.
Yeah.
And I also make him do this too.
You know, I think one of my favorite pictures from the internet is like where it's a cat running and there's like 20
Like
domos
domos,
chasing after it.
yes.
That's like one of my favorite internet pictures right there.
I don't doubt it.
Oh,
It's a good meme. It's a good
Yes.
meme for these meme streets.
Know your memes.
Exactly.
has Domo introduced himself at all on Chris, Mr. Interviewer over there?
Yes. Introduce yourself,
Have
my
him-
good sir.
I'm Rick Cromack, and I'm one of the managers here at Lone Star Comics in Plano.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, sir. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Literally. Domo. So tell us a little bit about, I don't know, why don't we ask about running, tell us about running a comic store. I've always been curious about that myself.
You know, it's probably on its best days the funnest job in the world. I worked retail before, but this is very much a personal kind of retail. Not big box, not huge consumption, huge demand. We're one-to-one, know your customers. Really we make our customers and our product the show. It's not like going to a car dealership where, you've got, the salesman who's basically trying to be all flamboyant and stuff like that and get you to, get them to be the star. For us, the customers and their tastes are the stars and the product as well.
Absolutely. So basically, I mean, you've got a shop
It's
here.
my dream job.
That's my dream job too, man. Just to be able to one-on-one with people.
I always said if I ever hit the lotto and won a bunch of money, I'm gonna do this and have my own comic book shop.
If I ever win the lotto, I will bring you in on it.
Okay, there you
and,
go.
And we'll do it together. No, it's great.
I'm
and
just randomly gonna do shows from the shop.
that would be awesome too. What happens in our store on a day-to-day basis, it blows Kevin Smith's show away. I mean, no offense to him, but we're a lot more entertaining and inventive. And you don't have to stage anything here
'Cause it's real. Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. We bring spontaneity.
You're a lot more fun than that Steve Dave guy, I tell
Yes.
you.
Yeah. Domo no like Steve Dave.
Nobody likes Steve Dave.
Oh, want to eat him?
Yeah.
Oh,
One thing I have noticed about your shop is that and I've been noticing. We were just mentioning to, was it Waldo? Your
Waldo.
Amy Waldo. Yes.
Amy Waldo. There we go. That's
Yeah, we were just talking about
the sign has attacked me. I got it. I've got it.
That's why this is the
Okay,
this is
MC,
live
which
and-
way did it
Sensory
blow over
experience because
last
they not only
time?
hear our voices, but they get the kind of 3D movement of the sign behind
Yeah,
us.
it's pretty cool, isn't it?
We're barring your parking sign.
Sorry about that. No, anyway, so I noticed and I mentioned it to to
we
Amy
go.
there is that you guys got an amazing assortment of games too.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's actually
Yes,
the
you
reason
do.
why I came on board with Lone Star Comics initially. I read comics as a kid and spent 20 years, kind of doing stuff in the corporate world. And when I was ready to come back to retail and do a fun job, they hired me on because of my game expertise. I've been collecting people since I was in high school, playing various versions of Axis and Allies. And,
Oh, yeah.
all the other ones that have come along. Steve Jackson's Illuminati, Paranoia, which is an RPG from way back,
Oh, I remember
and
that.
I've been collecting people for through military service and college and high school, and we actually until we were about 30, we used to have these things called gentlemen's retreat weekends where we'd go up to Colorado and try and climb one of the 14ers.
Oh, yeah.
And then we all hit middle age and all had kids and all got fat and out of shape. And so our gentlemen's retreat weekends now are about 6 and 7 times a year when we kick the wives and kids out of the houses and we just set up Twilight Imperium, Axis and Allies, stuff like that.
Very nice.
And just kind of geek out. So
Can I just say how awesome it is that Domo's sitting at the microphone interviewing? I'm looking at the show and I'm just giggling because
me like me here.
this well-spoken Domo is interviewing.
He's
on the
he's
show.
very well presented. That's
Well,
what we like him.
Domo go college.
It's awesome.
Domo
Maybe-
go on GI Bill.
Maybe we can talk about their gaming schedule. I know they have an intensive
yes.
Yeah,
gaming
tell
schedule.
us all about that.
Absolutely. We have an awesome gaming calendar. We have events at least once a day, all throughout the week, and 365 days a year, except for the 3 days we're closed, which are Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. We do Friday Night Magic. Magic is our big attended event, which usually draws about 35 people. We also added a second Magic event, which is Friday Noon Magic, which is at 12 o'clock on Fridays. They're both $5 to enter. Right now, Return to Ravnica is the big Magic release, and so we're doing a Mini Masters League, which is also $5. That's every Saturday at noon, except for today because we had to make room for you guys, and
Well,
that was
thank you.
a cool that was a cool sacrifice we were willing to make.
Oh,
Sundays we do a
Man, it
booster
would cost
draft.
you money?
No, not at all. Not at all. Well, you're increasing our popularity though.
Well,
so-
wait a minute. We're going to have Magic fans angry at us?
No, not at all.
Because they get
Okay.
Domo take care of them.
Thank you.
They're gonna have torches and they're gonna be burning our houses.
Tossing
down.
cards at our yard.
Get 'em!
Exactly. They won't actually have
Plus
torches.
one.
They'll have a card that has torch
Torch on it, yeah, there you go.
Torch of Destiny, and they'll have to summon mana for it. So We also do.
And they put it right in your face.
You're loving
We
that
also do
applause
Yu-Gi-Oh!
button.
3 times a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 4:30. And we do a special family game day every Sunday at 3, where sometimes we present the games and demo them. Demo games. And sometimes we let people, bring in their own games and all that good stuff. We've just added Kaijudo, Card Fight Vanguard. We are also doing Pokemon Days. Which
very
is
nice.
also 4:30. All these things are $5. And then on Wednesday, the big granddaddy of them all is D&D encounters.
Very
That's at 6
nice.
o'clock.
Very nice. I got to ask you one question, though.
You bet.
I want to get your advice on this because I'm really trying to get my nephew.
Don't more like give advice.
Thank you. I've got a nephew who's 10 who I'm trying to get him into a little bit of gaming. I'm just card gaming in particular. What would you suggest for a kid his age?
Probably a little too old for Pokemon, although don't tell some of my Pokemon players.
They're what?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Probably.
Yu-Gi.
Possibly Magic the Gathering, depending on how independent a reader he is. I recommend whenever we're introducing a kid to one of the card games that we actually kind of do it like, parent or older sibling and kid. And that way it's kind of like, a unique experience where the kid gets to be the star and gets to kind of teach the older person in the family or their older friend how to do things. And that makes it more of a memorable experience for both of them. Magic is particularly good for this because there's a tournament that we run called Two-Headed Giant, which partners up people, and we've done like young and old or novice and veteran players before for that.
Wow.
And we're going to be having more of that stuff through December when kids are off school for the holidays. As a matter of fact, it's our intention to have one Magic event a day in that month-long period.
Now
when kids are
that
out of
sounds
college.
cool, though.
Oh, yeah.
So, and we're going to have a lot of stuff on our schedule for that. So.
Wow. That is very cool. Very cool. Did you have any questions, young Jason?
I think you need to get to the question that we ask everyone.
Let me ask you a couple questions. Well, we ask this of everybody because of all our fans.
Because we're curious. We like people to share their
I was feeling
interests.
so unique. Okay, go ahead.
No, because your interests are unique. That's
They're
why
there,
we're asking.
Domo. They're there.
Oh, Domo purr.
All right, don't
And now it's creepy.
I just watched Chris pet Domo on the camera.
don't make Domo too happy on the show. Come on.
Domo
now.
like rubbing against you.
Down, boy. Okay.
Domo like leg.
Whoa. Okay. I'm trading seats after this. All right. 2 questions I ask everybody. Number 1, what's your current or favorite comic book you're reading at the present?
The one that I can't wait to open is Walking Dead. And I know
Very
that
nice.
everybody gives that answer. For me, there's like a ton of Image titles that are just at the top of my pull list. Morning Glories is another one.
Oh, Joe Eastman's book. Yeah.
That's a great book.
We know Joe. Yeah.
Fantastic. Mind the Gap, which I believe also is done by the artist for Morning Glories. So I just love, you hate to promote one publisher or one imprint over the others, but I think that Walking Dead has caused Image to be flush with cash, and they're able to take risks on a lot of innovative new concepts, and I just love seeing them all.
And that's one thing I was mentioning too as somebody recently. It's great that Image is finally getting that second win that they deserve. They're a great publisher. They've done some great work in the past. And
Yeah, we had that whole show talking about independent comics.
yeah, we did that absolutely. And let me ask you this now: games now, and we can pair this up. Your favorite current game you're playing, be it on a console, a PC, or old school. What do you like playing?
Well, I did pick up Pandaria just because I've always wanted to be in Kung Fu Panda. So for World of Warcraft.
Mr. Pandaria,
Yeah,
very nice.
Yeah. But I haven't had too much time to play it lately. But what I love to play all the time is the new Star Wars X-Wing Battles miniatures game.
Oh, right.
So it's the first Star Wars game that's come out in a couple of years, and they've kept it a very tight concept for right now. The basic box is very affordable. It's like $40, and you get one X-Wing fighter and 2 TIE fighters. You get a bunch of like the asteroids and stuff like that to customize your gaming environment. You also have a full wave of add-on ships that you can buy separately for $14.95. They include like the Y-Wing, which I've always had kind of like a little bit of a, a soft spot in my heart for that older technology.
I'm actually for the A-Wing myself.
You're for the A-Wings. That's going to be in the next release, and they're also going to include the Falcon.
What is the A-Wing do? It's just kind of like, it's
The
it's
A-Wing
here.
was the fast attack fighter, okay?
The A-Wing is the Corvette of the Rebel fighters.
If you say anything bad about
I'm
the
a
A-Wing, sir,
I'm a Y-wing junkie. I'm sorry. I think they've got a cool look.
Slow moving.
They're slow moving, but they're strong and they can bomb things. All right.
They got shields.
They have
so-
shields,
They do have
pal.
shields. And the next wave is also going to have the TIE Interceptor, which is the one that had
Yes.
kind of like the 3 foil wings
The
with
four,
the Delta
yes.
configuration, the notch in the middle.
Very cool.
So, and B-Wing hopefully at some point, although that's going to be probably crazy to
That's my
model.
second favorite one right there.
I mean, really, what did they do with
I
the
cannot.
B-wing? I mean, really.
It's like a gyroscope.
Yeah.
The B wing is like a fighter and a bomber all in one. So there,
And it makes great fries.
It's a heavy. It is a heavy assault fighter. Okay.
Domo like humor.
Oh boy. I'm sorry.
Domo break man's mind. Domo break poor man's mind. Please come down here with paddy wagon soon. Domo no eat you.
It's just we're interviewing Domo. This is
This
awesome.
is the greatest episode in the history of internet-tainment, man.
Domo like being center of attention.
Okay, well,
Domo's a bit of an attention hog. Is what it is.
I'm okay because I'm looking at the image of Domo. Look at this. This is what you look like right now. I'm just saying. Look.
That is amazing. Domo wants to play for Cowboys. No more Romo. Just Domo. Domo internet star.
He is today.
Domo wish his brother could be here, but he is
Best
carpet.
damn show.
oh, poor brother.
Oh man.
What a come down.
Yeah, dude, what a bummer. Thanks a lot. I'm just well, thank you.
What the hell are we talking about? I don't even care anymore.
Okay. Well,
I don't even care anymore.
The Domo jokes are just fly.
This works for me. Okay.
We have to have Domo on the show again.
you must come back, sir.
Random Domo.
Domo would like to.
Okay, well, we'll have you back. Thank you.
Domo thanks you.
We'll just come
Thank
down.
you.
We're not making carpet of him.
We'll come down and just do a show here one day.
Okay.
All right. Well, we really appreciate you guys being down
No,
here.
thank you for
Thank
letting
you.
us
Thank
too.
you. And
Thank
also,
you.
they've got Santa Domo here, guys.
Yes, for all of your holiday needs, you need a Santa Domo. Get you a
right.
Santa Domo.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. I need a moment to
Okay.
compose myself.
That was awesome. That was awesome. What? I don't even care what we were
You
talking
all
about
right?
anymore.
You all right, Chris?
I don't
You
even
okay?
care anymore.
You got the giggles? Take a minute.
We had freaking Domo sitting next to us. That just looks so ridiculous on the camera. It was
Hey,
ridiculous to the point of awesome.
it's recorded and it'll be on YouTube for
Yes, it will.
forever.
In perpetuity.
Oh man, where were we?
Halloween.
Vinyl friggin' Halloween costume.
Yeah, I had I was mentioning, one Halloween, I got a crawl. Do you remember crawl?
Crawl. They actually make crawl costumes.
They made crawl costumes.
Nice.
Get out of here.
Yeah, they made the, what was the monsters in crawl?
The other downside:
Airplanes.
Stinger missile launcher. Sorry.
Dude, so this is what, we're in the burbs, man.
Okay, well,
So-
like I just bought Eddie a costume. He wanted to be Captain America this year. That's my boy. And the costumes that the kids have these days are awesome in comparison to what we had.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, that vinyl, as soon as it snagged something, it was done. It was
Yep.
done.
It would just kind of pull, yank, and it would distort the image.
But you know what was good about those? They didn't breathe at all.
Oh, yeah.
So if it was cold out, kind
stayed
of
warm.
like it is right now, you were pretty warm in your costume walking around because that thing didn't breathe at all. It kept all of your body heat in.
But you also be sweating like nobody's business.
But it would suck. I mean, we both grew up in Texas, so it'd be rare that it would be so cold that we just couldn't. We had to wear a coat or anything. But if you weren't allowed to leave the house, hello.
Walnut Brothers candy, thank you.
Do I need? Okay, let's see. I got coffee and I'm about to have sugar.
Twix.
Thanks for the candy.
Here, what do you want? Twix or the one named after
Three Musketeers.
the one after named Alexander Dumas book. There you go. Excuse me, everybody. My apologies.
We're going to eat free snacks.
I got Starburst.
What'd you eat?
Now with
for so I can
resin.
actually,
Look at that helicopter is just right over us. Hi, helicopter.
We're waving. I think
Lightning.
that looks like that's one of those. That looks like a helicopter somebody put together.
It's a kit helicopter. Is that what?
Yeah, it looked like it. It wasn't Airwolf. Which I thought was the coolest helicopter. Well, that and Blue Thunder with the cool two.
Dal's
coolest
coming over
helicopters.
with a coffee cup, so I'm like,
Dal's bringing us some coffee. Thank you, Dal. You're awesome. We love you.
I don't know, I got enough coffee here.
No,
I
that-
want some coffee.
that's ginger tea.
Okay. So yeah, but
You
now
suck.
that we're older, and now that you have a house,
Yeah.
you get to actually experience this time giving out candy to the kids.
Yeah.
I know that was the one thing when I bought the house, I was so looking forward to doing. We moved in November.
And then you shot one of the kids by mistake.
I did not shoot any children on my property. I'm just saying. That's
Yet.
the one night everybody can come up and knock. That is the only day that people can come up and knock on my door freely.
That's it. They only
That is
get
it.
the
Halloween.
31st.
That's it. You get. I said you get the 31st. But I love being able to give out candy to the kids now, and not the crap. I mean, come on, we all as kids we got the crap candy.
Oh, dude. Okay.
When we get an apple or some freaking sticker book,
Toothbrush.
a toothbrush,
Jack Chick Track.
toothbrush. If you give out a toothbrush, you need to just
Dude, okay. I had a neighbor who on Halloween to kids gave out, if you all know what Jack Chick Tracks are.
or give you a quarter.
Give you a quarter. Okay. Jack Chick Tracks are these little itty bitty
No.
Bible comics. They would.
What?
You've never seen these Jack Chick Tracks? They're the most insane.
But somebody would give those out.
I knew a neighbor that gave those out one time. Yeah.
They suck.
I didn't give you any candy. He's like, "Oh, here, happy Halloween." And basically, it's like one. It's like if you're of a certain age, you probably know what these are. These are these little Bible tracts. They're like little comic books, and then they tell you, at the end, okay, well, basically, it's like just some really weird story of what was
It
the
doesn't matter.
rock and rolling?
It doesn't matter. That's not candy.
I know
You
people
give
are
candy out
chintzy,
on
dude.
Halloween.
I knew it's like people give out dental floss or toothbrushes.
I make it a point on Halloween. I go get the good stuff. I get at least the fun size
Don't
candy
give
bars.
Don't give them almond joys.
I get. Well, I don't get. No, I don't. Well, I don't know. I probably do.
I know I don't give those out either because I eat them.
Yeah, because your house will get
Yeah, that-
TP'd.
But and on a serious note, and this kind of sucks. Every year, I'm noticing less and less kids,
Well,
and that kind of makes me sad
I know.
it's like I'm at the point now I can give candy out to the kids, and I love when they come to the door. Hey, happy Halloween! Trick or treat here. Take a big bowl of candy. Take a handful of it. And I think the first time I was like trying to give it out sparingly because I wanted to make sure I had enough for all the kids. And like towards it's getting later, I'm just like dumping candy inside the kids' bags because I can't have this stuff around the house because I'm going to eat it or my son's going to eat it. Or
Oh yeah, Eddie will take
But
it.
Give it
these
to- give
days
it to Lizzie.
it's less and less children out trick or treating, and I live in a very nice area of Richardson, and honestly, a lot of kids, kind of travel into the good neighborhoods to get the good candy.
That's what I do. I like the kids that come to the neighborhood.
But-
and go,
Is there an internet map where the best candy is?
you know what?
We need to
Jason?
make that app.
Get on. We need to do that.
We need to make that
Like
app.
a Google map or something? This guy's stingy.
The Johnson's house. They have Mars bars.
This guy gives toothbrushes.
This guy gives dental floss and lectures about bad
Skip
hygiene.
this house. Just egg this house. It'll be
Let's-
like little symbols, like with an egg symbol or like a walk-up symbol, like a walking symbol to go to this house.
These guys are cheap. They turn their lights off.
Get random egg and toilet paper. Yes, I make sure I leave my lights on. It's like I do everything I can to make sure that kids are coming there. I've got the good candy. I'm running the corner. Just come over here, get the candy. And
Oh, absolutely.
it's just, it breaks my heart that
Well,
I'm
the good
seeing
news-
less and less kids, though, man.
Now the good news is I live in a neighborhood over in the Mound now.
Yeah, you've got a lot of kids over there.
There's a lot of kids. They play in the
You
cul-de-sac all the
you
time.
better provide because they're going to know.
I'll probably be doing that on Halloween. My wife will be doing. I don't know my wife. No, my wife will be getting her nails done, so I'll be the
Did
cheap
you
guy
want to
giving
come
out
be on
candy.
camera?
Hey, come on, Fern.
That was MC's daughter. She's like teasing. She wants to come on the camera.
Fern. She's a little
I'm
shy.
okay with her coming on camera.
So what is? By the way, I was going to ask you. Do we know what Fern's doing? Oh,
Hey, we got one of the ape guys.
We have an ape guy.
Come on over here.
There we go.
author, playwright,
He
creative
actually brought a
consultant,
car.
graphic designer, Mark Finn, rat contour, and also apparently a ne'er-do-well.
Your intro.
You're
sucked.
a ne'er-do-well.
I am
Is
a
that on his
ne'er-do-well.
card? Give me that. Give me that.
That's the greatest card I've ever seen.
He has
He's
on
a
his card.
he's a rat contour.
I'm keeping this.
And I'll tell you something else. The new card is just a picture of a gorilla head that says "Our fearless leader," and I hand that out.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So there you go.
That's better than our little printed flyers I got over there.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Okay, well,
brought
let's
it.
get a formal introduction for him.
Yes,
then.
please. Please introduce yourself to our listening audience and viewing audience. Actually, what am I saying?
Oh, good. I'm being filmed. Hey, I'm Mark Finn. I'm a writer for Ape Entertainment. I have done the comic book Scouts. And here's a bit of scoopage for you guys. I am the writer on the forthcoming, soon-to-be released, Fruit Ninja comic.
Yes, I had.
Fruit Ninja.
Now we had words.
Thank you.
You
Thank
and I actually had words last week about Fruit Ninja and giving up trade secrets and everything. You may not recognize me from last week because I was dressed a little differently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Since people are just giving away my, you gave me away on Facebook, MC.
That's right. Somebody they have to know who Snake Eyes is.
That's what I thought.
I thought it was Storm Shadow.
Well, you were one of the G.I. Joe peoples, right?
Shipwreck.
Yep. I've already been real life shipwreck. I don't need your judgment.
Yes. Well, yeah, I did have a conversation with somebody in a G.I. Joe costume that may or may not have been you, in fact. So we'll just pretend that we've never met before.
I'm okay with
stranger.
Yes.
Excuse me. That was a good little slug of coffee.
Okay.
So yeah, the Fruit Ninja comic is I'm very excited about that. This is going to be a new deal. Ape has been doing I just popped some peas there. Ape has been doing a lot of comic books based on successful app games. They did Cut the Rope and Pocket Guide, and kind of bolstered by the success of that, they've acquired some new licenses. Temple Run is going to be one that they're doing.
Very nice.
Yeah, and that'll be out later this month, I think, or November. Squids, which is a new game that they got the license for that looks fantastic, and Fruit Ninja, which I just found out is like the biggest app game ever. So I'm no pressure for me to actually come up with something good.
Well, I knew a lot of friends of mine who were fans of the game. When they heard about the comic, they were very excited about it.
Oh,
So-
cool! I'm glad to hear that.
Yes.
It's one of those things where the comic book is, people go, how does that work? But
It's not like it's Angry
a question.
Birds. This is Fruit Ninja. You've got a ninja. You
it
can
is.
make a story around
And he hurts
that.
fruit.
that's the deal, and it's such a specific action. I mean, the game itself is just you cutting fruit, and so if you take that camera and sort of turn it around 180, the world is wide open. When you think of it that way, what can't you tell? And so that's sort of the tactic that we've taken for it. And I'm a real big. I've done a lot of Japanese folklore research on this, and so we'll be putting some actual cool folklore myths and legends in there, along with these ninjas who cut fruit and harness the power from the fruit to power their ninja abilities. That's sort of the deal. If you can buy that as a conceit, then the rest of the thing falls into place for you, and will be just awesome. You guys will
Excellent.
Excellent.
All right.
yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. So do we want to talk about my lingerie business now?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes,
Go
yes,
ahead.
please continue.
Tell us more. No.
I do not have a lingerie business, but if you'd like it, we can work on something. I can make that up.
I mean,
Well, we have our other host that's all into the costuming. They can
Yeah.
work together on it.
actually,
Fruit Ninja lingerie.
okay, so
Oh,
we do
my.
have. Okay, so Fruit Ninja is probably it's an iOS game that's now a comic. So, what else iOS can be made into a comic? Can we actually make an Angry Birds comic?
That's an interesting.
Bad piggies.
I like iOS. I like the crossover. I like how things get popular, and like Walking Dead was a comic, and now it's a TV
Right.
show. I like when something's popularity gets so big it can cross over into another
Yeah.
media form. So I'm a fan of Fruit Ninja. I like that.
I
So-
frankly think it can. I mean, all you're really doing, especially since these app games are so mechanic specific. That is to say, all you're really focusing on is the point in time when the birds are attacking the pigs. The conflict leading up to that.
It's, we don't know the motivation behind those.
That's
pigs.
right.
Why are the pigs angry? Why are they bad?
No, the birds are angry because they took the eggs, but why are the pigs taking the eggs?
I kind of want
hungry?
to know why they're green.
Do they need some counseling to become less
right.
angry?
They are taking eggs and leaving them outside at long periods of time.
That's
Maybe
right.
that's why they're green.
This whole thing, you could do it, and I don't think those guys are going to do it. In fact, I think honestly that ship is sort of
No,
sailed.
I'm just kidding.
No, but your point is well taken, and I think that the like I said, we've been working with the guys at Half Brick who do the Fruit Ninja game to develop this, because they're actually planning a big rollout. I don't know if you guys have heard, they're planning Saturday morning cartoons as well.
No way.
Oh.
No
Yeah.
way.
Fruit
I didn't know that.
Fruit Ninja is about to get all kinds of crazy.
Get out of
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
You heard it here.
Yeah, they're doing they're planning cartoons, and they've already got candy on the shelves, and
Yep,
it's
seen it.
it's kind of all that stuff that they sort of hopped over what Angry Birds was able to do because they've got ninjas, I guess, and decided to do something else. And so
Everything's
since-
better with ninjas.
Since we can't do anything, since the cartoons aren't out yet, and we can't do anything that would contradict what they're doing in the cartoons, the comics are going to deal with another aspect of the backstory behind the world. And so,
Ah.
so in this free, wide open world, we get the advantage of actually detailing the other parts of the free wide open world, so we're even more free and more wide open. And yeah, it's great. I'm having a ball.
We got to follow this. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm okay. I kind of got off topic because I'm like, ooh, really? I've turned into a viewer now.
So what you're saying is,
I'm like,
Jason,
Fruit Ninja? What?
so what you're saying, we have to literally hashtag this.
Yes.
Hashtag it.
People need to know this. They need to know about Fruit Ninja. That's. I'm not gonna.
Well, the comics are going to drop in the app. They'll only be available digitally. They're going
Right.
to drop in the app next year.
Very cool.
Early first quarter, I think, January, February. And once the stories are completed, then we'll collect them and release it as a trade paperback, which is kind of the way of the industry right now. That's where a lot of things are going. I'm also doing a project for Monkey Brain Comics with my good buddy John Lucas, and it's going to be a digital release that we will eventually convert into a trade paperback.
And that gets me to a real interesting question. I'm kind of glad to have you here. And this is just something with the business that's been going on. There's been a lot of digital release of books along the traditional, paper copy of your comics. What's your thoughts on it? I mean, especially with the digital side of things.
Well, a lot of people signal this as the death knell of comics, and I don't think that's the case.
Right.
I think it's maybe the death knell of the format in which we receive our superhero stories.
Mm-hmm.
But superhero comics aren't going to go anywhere. Let me give you a case in point. Iron Man as a Marvel comic book, let's call it a mid-tier book. I mean, even when the movie was on, it was never
It
more
was mid-tier. It wasn't Avengers level. It was like
it was top. It was top of the middle. Let's say that at its apex, it was doing 50,000 comics a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's 50,000 people in the comics industry buying Iron Man comics, and yet, have you seen how many people have viewed the Iron Man 3 trailer on YouTube?
Quite a few.
Yeah, there are millions of people in this country alone who consider themselves Iron Man fans who have never read an Iron Man comic. So superhero stories haven't gone anywhere, and comic books, because we have an 80-year history with the medium, aren't going to go anywhere either. They're just going to change into this other format. And there's still a lot of bugs to work out. There's still a lot of things. I don't think we are still a far away from print going away completely.
It'll never happen.
I don't think print will go away ever. Really, to be honest.
No, but I see a day coming. Maybe not now. Maybe not in 5 years. But one of these days, where you sign up for your Marvel subscriptions online, your comic books are delivered every Wednesday into your tablet.
Right.
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
And then periodically, 2, 3, maybe 4 times a year, you get a coupon good for 25% off the collected trade paperback of whatever you've subscribed to, which
Exactly.
is now coming out in print. And I think that will be the way that we go with that. And it's smarter because it uses less paper. It's way more economical for people to print when they can use digital numbers to determine what a print run should be
Right.
set at. And it gives you a lot more accuracy, and it eliminates a lot of waste.
Oh,
And,
absolutely.
I'm not completely sold on digital comics yet, even though I'm writing them. But I love the idea that 1% of the Fruit Ninja audience is going to be reading this comic book straight out of the app when it comes out, and these are people that maybe this might be the first comic book they've ever read.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
I think that's really cool, man.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
going to reach a whole lot of people who otherwise wouldn't come to a comic store either out of convenience or capriciousness or whatever. So
Oh yeah, and absolutely, because I know the biggest thing, and I'm going to tell a true story real quick. You guys ready to hear a true story?
I love a true
Okay,
story.
I got back into my love of comics here about 3 years ago. I just, for the longest time, I couldn't walk into a comic book store because I had, let's just put, not the best experiences.
Right.
And I found a store, and of course, a local store that I liked, and I grew into doing that and started to feel comfortable again. And I think really, especially with younger readers these days,
Yes.
especially we're talking the, well, let me see if I could use the age range. Would you say the under 10s?
Mhm.
The under 10s.
Yeah.
We'll call them that because that's what they are. A lot of kids today are technology based. It's like, oh, mommy or daddy has the the iPad or the Kindle or whatever, and
Right.
they get it, and it's like, oh, well, what's this? And it's like Iron Man or Superman or or The Walking Dead if their parents are that liberal. No, I would never show my kids a walk-in. Maybe.
I'll show mine.
He will. He's just wrong.
I'm gonna terrify him.
Nice.
Eddie will never go outside after you do that. You know that, right?
My son doesn't have any fear of anything.
This guy. Can't take him anywhere.
If he's, if my son is scared of something,
Candy?
I always play him up like he's badder than whatever he's scared of, and it works. Because he was scared of zombies, and I told him, "Oh, all you got to do is chop their head off," and he was like, "Oh, okay," and he wasn't scared anymore. I don't know if that makes me a bad father or not.
No, you're not a bad father. You're a great
It's
father.
fairly simple. Just cut their heads off.
Yeah,
And he just kind of goes, "Oh, okay."
it plays into the kid logic of, yeah, that's all you got to do. Oh, that's all I got to do? Oh, yeah, okay.
It's fairly simple.
Forget the machete, forget all of that. Just just cut it off.
Vampires stick through the heart.
But you're right. The comic shops. There's some. You guys are. I've got some great comic shops in the Metroplex. There's
Yes,
some
we
really
do.
good.
We
were talking
professional
about that
stores,
last week, yeah.
Beautiful stores. Let me just tell you this: as someone who's been around the country and looked at a bunch of comic shops, it ain't always like that. And in fact, there's a number of shops in Texas that just suck so hard they generate their own gravity.
Yeah.
I think I know
That's
the stores
terrible.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, and that sort of android's dungeon kind of porno shop dungeon looking thing,
It's a little,
With the beaded curtain in the back.
Yeah.
it's a little creepy in there.
Dog-eared, dusty comics, a cat sitting on the things. There's a lot of things that would not attract. I mean, 8 to 12-year-old boys, I submit to you, will go anywhere if they think they can get the thing that they want to get. But you're not going to get a mom with kids in that store.
No.
Right.
They're gonna walk in, take one look, and go, "We got to go." So that's where digital comics kind of leap over that certain expectation, and you got to admit that the media juggernaut that is Marvel movies right now is really helping make our little obsessive hobby a lot more acceptable to a lot of people.
And now we can become those hipsters that say, "Well, I liked it before it was a movie."
I like Tony Stark when he really fought the Mandarin and he was an Asian dude.
There you go.
I remember he brought Fing Fang Foom out, man.
Hey,
Wait, the Mandarins-
Ben Kingsley needs some love too. Everybody's got a house payment to make. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay
Or
with
alimony.
Ben. I'm okay with that.
That's right. No, you're right. I think it's good. I'm excited about Iron Man 3. And there's a lot of stuff to be excited about. There have been more. I did a conversation here for the Fort Worth Museum a couple years ago, and I did some research and was surprised to find that there were actually more comic book movies made. And this is movies not just about superheroes, but comics in general, where they're talking American Splendor or even like The Losers. More movies made about comics in the last 11 years than there had been the previous 40.
And a lot of that, and there's, of course, a lot of numbers on it. Some people said post 9/11 America kind of played into that. There was, people wanted heroes again. People wanted kind of a simpler way of going back, good versus evil type stuff. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about that.
Yeah.
And to me, I think really what it was is I think people were just tired of irony, and I think people wanted something solid.
Yeah. You gotta credit the Matrix for being able to show people that it's possible to do superheroic type stuff in a way that wasn't campy, that actually looked good. The special effects had to catch up. I mean, I held my breath.
Like the old Fantastic Four movie?
Well, the old Fantastic Four movie was an ass.
You mean Roger Corman's Fantastic Four?
That was horrifying. And I got to tell you,
man.
Even the new Fantastic Four movie I thought was a bit ambitious. Granted, that suit that they made for Chickless was gorgeous. It was the best thing suit you could possibly make.
Was that an intentional play on words with granite?
Oh no!
Oh,
you see what he did there?
I see what he did there. I see what I did there, and I like it.
I catch stuff like that.
That's why he's a raconteur, folks.
But the thing is it ultimately had to be. It was a suit. That was the problem with it. We're looking at the Avengers, and you could still put Chickless in the motion capture suit and get a much better thing result because of that. And that's what Ruffalo. That's why Ruffalo wants to be the Hulk again. He had so much fun in the motion capture suit.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think the technology is here to the point where, in fact, the special effects, I'll go so far as to say, are a given. We know Iron Man 3 is going to look good. You don't have to show us the special effects shot. We saw him flying in 2007. Went, yep, I buy that.
Oh yeah.
It's now back to story again, which I think is awesome. Is the story any good? And so that when that becomes the critical talking point, we're finally on the right side of the equation.
It's like, as I mentioned, it's that classic balance of, story versus presentation.
Absolutely.
It's been that way since the beginning of time, especially with storytelling.
Right.
It's like I know people who you mentioned the Wachowskis. Cloud Atlas is coming out.
I can't wait.
And
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go see that. But it's one of the story, which is kind of this weird convoluted book, but it kind of all makes sense when they put it together. So it's one of those things. Is you could get one could be the Matrix, but then again the other could be Speed Racer. I mean, so
Right.
you got to be careful what you're doing.
I don't believe that was ever made into a movie. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh man, my problem is there were a lot of people online dissing it, going, why does this look flat in animation like?
Well, that was the slam.
That was a style that it was presented.
I went and
17-year-old critic on Internet Movie Database. Let me explain something to you. There was stuff around before you came here, so I had to. Yeah, and no, you're right. Spectacle is, in fact, movies are one of the only storytelling mediums I can think of where spectacle plays such an important component.
Exactly.
You can have stuff that literally is overwhelming on a sensory level, and whereas I think comic books, even Jack Kirby comics at their best, are all about the ideas, and so you've got this interesting like mashup in the movies of the ideas behind comics with the spectacle of what a movie can show you. I mean, so it's I think it's a really good marriage, and it's just taken a while to get the ideas in and have it not be, Blade 3.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Actually, more 2, because 2 was really
2 was like
3 was better. It was.
special effects wise.
Yeah.
But so and now everybody I think is just waiting on DC to get in.
Yeah, if DC can get it right, and of course they had their shot with, and I'm not gonna take a pop at Green Lantern, but I think they just it was the execution.
I will.
Yeah,
It was the execution.
Take
It
a
was.
shot.
I will take all kinds of shots at Green Lantern because I have done it. I mean,
I think it should have been Nathan Fillion. I'm sorry.
I would like to point out what comics are on the table right now that I'm reading. And so when I went to go see Green Lantern,
Stormwatch.
Yep.
Well, Stormwatch is different. But I was
Nerdgasm number 1.
the basic concept coming from a person that loves Green Lantern and was in the military. Hal Jordan's a fighter pilot. There is no unsureness about him. I don't think that's a word anyway. But there is no doubt.
Uncertainty.
Uncertainty. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's a fighter pilot. He is a cocky, arrogant jackhole. But he should be because he's a fighter pilot. So you put a ring on this guy, he's going to be even worse. I'm okay with that. So there is no, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, yeah, fighter pilots are like the top 1% of all pilots in the military.
But God bless them, they are arrogant. But that's cool because they're so. But they miss that with the Hal Jordan character.
I have no insider authority, so I don't really know. But here's my take on what went wrong with the Green Lantern. They got Jeff Johns in place, which might have seemed like the right idea.
Right.
The problem is that Johns took a look at what was going on, and maybe he panicked or balked or whatever, or maybe they asked him, what does this movie need to have in it? And so Johns took the opportunity to cram it full of all of the stuff in the Green Lantern universe up front as a giant info dump rather than let us figure it out on our own. This first movie should have only been about Green Lantern figuring out how to use the ring, and oh, by the way, Sinestro comes to help train him, when really, in fact...
That should have been at the end.
Well, really, in fact, Sinestro is trying to get the ring from Hal Jordan because Sinestro is the one who betrayed Abin Sur.
Right.
That's right.
And so the whole thing becomes Hal coming into his own as a hero, realizing that it's not about the ring but himself.
That's right.
And fighting Sinestro to a standstill. And at the end of the movie, that's when Tomar Ray and Kilowog beam in and go, Hal Jordan, you are needed. And they take everybody up.
Yeah.
And it ends with a cliffhanger.
And then we got a second movie ready to go. So,
yeah, and I think what they did is that, okay, well, let's front load it and see what we can do with Van Wilder.
Yeah.
Per se.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. I called it Van Wilder in space.
Van Wilder in space. Yeah.
That's what it was.
Oh,
Well, at least he met his wife off of that.
Well,
They hooked up with what's her
whatever.
name. But anyways, no. God, now okay. Let me ask you my.
are you getting your standard questions?
I'm gonna ask you my generic standard question.
okay, well, we can have an interview. That's fine. Sure.
What have we been doing for the last half
I thought
hour?
we were
I think it was just three nerds sitting at a table discussing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just. I thought we were going to get into some serious nerd rage, but if you want to
Let's
ask
get
questions,
some serious stories. Come on.
We're gonna move into news here soon. So.
Well, now what we wanted, we asked this of all our guests, and I have two questions most
Okay.
commonly. What is your current comic book you're reading, and also what is your current game, be it board, video, whatever you're playing right now?
Good questions. Current comic that I'm reading. I live in a small town in Texas, in Vernon, and I'm not close to a comic store that's
you
any
live
good.
out, you live out in East Texas.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Very
well,
nice.
way up in the middle of nowhere.
In the hinterlands.
But what I am doing right now, when I do read, I catch up on. I get Fables because me and Bill are good friends, and
very cool.
I'm following Fables, and also I am chasing all of Brubaker's books, be they
right.
Criminal or Cap or whatever. Just whatever Brubaker does.
Yes.
When the new trade comes out, I get it and chortle madly as I read like that. I don't think Brubaker's written a bad book in 10 years, and every time I see that he's got a new thing coming out, it gets better and better, and I just love it. In terms of what game I'm playing right now, board game wise, I haven't played anything in a while, but I'm really interested in playing Elder Sign, the card and dice thing. I've been watching Tabletop. I've been kind of hooked on Tabletop.
on Geek and Sundry.
Yeah. And Will Wheaton's reviews of stuff are really good. And the other one that I'm just dying to play, and I of course, again, small town, can't find anybody, is Fiasco. I want a Coen Brothers the bejesus out of some people. Is Coen Brothers a verb? Can
I think so.
Coen Brothers
to
is an
Coen Brothers
adverb.
someone? Yeah,
It's an adverb. You
Okay.
could use it.
All right, good deal. So yeah, I'm working. I'm actually writing a game in addition to my other 75 things, and so that's really the game I'm playing right now is my own RPG. So there you go.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Now you know everything.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
All right.
They're always great.
And that's how we get it back to Snake Eyes. That's awesome.
See, I told you we'd bring it around.
We come full circle.
That's good. That's good.
Are you ready to move into? Well, we got a lot of
We
news this week.
we got another guest. You want to bring him up?
Oh, hey, come on,
Mark
come on.
Finn.
Woo!
Always awesome.
Thanks, guys.
We want to have you back.
Enjoyed it.
back.
Dude. Yes,
I'm in town a lot, so
because this is what we do.
Yeah.
This is how we roll. Now you can have one piece of candy.
No,
Happy
I
Halloween.
can't. No, I can't. Give me that candy.
He can have a piece of candy. Let the man have a piece of candy.
I'm gonna fun size a Three
Fine.
Musketeers. Three Musketeers.
He's Dumasing it.
All right.
My favorite is D'Artagnan. Thank you, guys. Enjoyed it.
All right,
All
Aaron.
right.
See you
Thank
later.
you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have another guest coming up to the old microphone here. Gonna put on the old cans. Are you eating my candy?
No.
No. Having some of that coffee in your candy? You're gonna be all hopped up on sugar.
Dude, I had caffeine and sugar. I'm
Are
gonna
you
be bouncing
excited
off the
over there?
walls.
Yes. All right, my good sir. Go ahead and introduce yourself to our wonderful audience here.
My name is Weldon Adams, and I'm an editor for Ape Entertainment.
Very nice. Weldon Adams. All right. Another ape in the house.
The crowd here is amazing.
Yes, they are.
I know.
He loves that button.
I pushed that button.
Oh, boy.
My chair bounces.
This guy's having way too much fun.
Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
All right. What are you doing here? Are you?
I have no idea what he's doing over there.
Would you quit playing with the board? We got Weldon here.
Oh man. Anyway,
All right. Well, let's get into it then.
Oh, let's get into it, kids.
All right. So what are you doing, Weld?
I'm an editor for Ape Entertainment, and I edit quite a few books for us, particularly the Young Readers line. I'm the editor on Strawberry Shortcake.
One of Jason's favorite books.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The first issue is Strawberry Scented.
Ooh, all right.
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Just special note that my stepdaughter Fern immediately snatched one of those up. So
All right.
It does very well with the 15 and younger female crowd, but also very well with the 45 to 35-year-old female crowd.
So I'm the anomaly. I mean,
You're just strange, dude.
you're just one of those people.
Hey, we don't judge.
Hey, nothing wrong.
We don't judge.
I don't care about people's judgment.
You know, every issue, the last page has a recipe in it for something that you can make at home. So, you know, there's a lot of bachelors out there that might want to think about picking up a copy. Might help you in the kitchen department.
Or wives in my case.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know. I have 2 ladies over there that beg me to bake on a daily basis.
Oh man.
You should bake.
Okay.
We have a strawberry banana bread recipe coming up in a future issue.
Oh.
Some good stuff in here.
I'll have to
What-
keep it in.
I know you're
keep
going to
an
be
eye
sitting in with us on news because I want to hear your thoughts on some of these news stories this week. Because man, I'm sorry, I had one that was the last add-on that I can't wait to get to. Plus, I have my one nerd confessional this week.
Oh, that's right. We got a nerd confessional coming
Oh
up.
man, have I got a nerd confessional for y'all?
Oh boy. So, what other books do you edit on over at A?
I'm the editor on Old McMonster's Haunted Farm that we're debuting here at the show.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, it's a pre-debut. It's not released in stores yet, but you can get it today live at Lone Star Comics in Plano.
Ooh, it's
Old
an
Ma-
exclusive, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Old McMonster's Haunted Farm has a vibe to it of, say, an old Looney Tunes cartoon, and it is chock full of just amazingly awful puns.
My favorite kind of books, man.
That's
That's his favorite kind of pun.
Oh.
The
All-
villain in
awful
it
ones?
is Count Porcula.
Oh
And
yeah, I saw this.
You find out about hempires, and he has
love
his
that
henchmen are
term.
the swine of Porcula.
That sounds excellent.
Nothing about this doesn't sound good.
This sounds good, man.
I know. I'll leaf through it. The art was good.
Big goofy fun.
See, that's what I think has been missing from modern comics is just
Goofball behavior.
goofball fun. I mean, yeah, you get and I got a pile of the big label here. This is his.
You don't have a pile of anything. That's mine. Get
That's
your hands
his. And
off.
it's like their stores are so serious, so downer sometimes, and then, you know, you don't see a lot of good slapstick
Yeah.
in comics anymore. I mean, you do, but you don't see a lot of it anymore.
Yeah,
This is just a
somebody
sample
needs
of what
to do
I'm
a
reading,
book.
okay?
Somebody needs to do a book about, say, a kid that gets enrolled in the worst scouting troop ever, the Weasel Scouts. And
Yeah.
that would be really good. Oh, wait, we do that book. It's called Scouts.
Oh.
It's written by Mark Finn, who was just here.
Yes,
See?
I know. See, to me, that's what I'm saying is that we need more books like that in the world. We need more just fun, tongue-in-cheek, just laugh out loud kind of books. I mean, because you know, it's because comics. I mean, for years and years, we're fun, over the top, and we're talking from the old pulp days to the golden age up until probably I'd say 20 years ago. I mean, there were fun books, but then of course you dived into the Frank Miller era books where everything had to be dark and serious and foreboding, and you know, outside of, and pardon me for saying this, you know, another brand, Archie's, there was nothing out there that was just good, and you guys are doing something that's amazing, and I really respect that.
And it's these kind of stories that really make my job so fulfilling and make it such a great day to go to work. Even on my worst day at work, I'm so fortunate because my worst day, I still stop at the end of the day and say, yeah, but you make comic books for a living.
There you go.
My worst day is still so much better than a lot of people's. I have to be thankful.
I absolutely agree with you. Can we trade jobs?
But for a day, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
He's gonna go into the IT world for you.
Oh, he'll love that.
I think that'd be awesome.
The exciting world of IT. I saw that commercial late at night.
Yeah, pay no attention to those commercials.
They sort of lie.
They're putting out bad people.
Propaganda. Oh no, but so you've got the you got any other books? Well, besides the books you said you're editing, you got anything you want to announce? Anything upcoming for me?
Well, we have been doing some very successful books based on app games.
Right.
We've been doing Pocket God for quite a while. In fact, issue 19 is almost finished and will be released. And I have to say that for a goofy app game about torturing pygmies to death, we have ended up with a very sophisticated story. And I'm telling you, we're going to make somebody cry.
Is this like Saw? I'm not just kidding.
Yes, it's
It's like Eli Roth's Saw for children.
yeah. Yeah,
Oh, none of those words belong together.
So
Everything except children.
So that will be released soon, and that's a digital comic that you can buy through the apps and read on the apps and the iPhone. Also, once we finish a story arc, then we collect it into a trade paperback that you can purchase at great comic shops everywhere.
Yes, like this one we're out in front of today.
Exactly.
Yes.
And since we've had so much luck with that, we've decided to search out and do other comic books based on other app games. We currently are doing books based on Cut the Rope.
Right.
And we have 3 new ones that we're working on right now. We're doing comic books based on Temple Run,
Right.
Fruit Ninja,
Right.
and Squids.
Very nice. Yeah, we we were speaking to. I'm sorry, I just lost
Stretching is important.
Come on,
Stretch me,
come on,
stretch me,
think,
stretch
think.
me, stretch me, stretch
I'm
me. I
not
lost
ch-
my.
I'm not touching you.
You touch me.
I'm sure you discussed
Ah!
Fruit Ninja with Mark
Yes,
Finn.
Mark Finn. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I apologize.
Oh, you forgot it.
I love you, Mark.
He brain
Please.
farted. He brain farted.
I brain farted.
I didn't know what you were talking about for a second. I was like, what is he? What is he? Did he forget Mark's name? Is just.
I'm sorry, Mark. I owe you big.
There's only room for so much information at a time. You're
Where
just
am I?
overloaded.
We got him up pretty early in the morning. I'm the only alert when I'm drinking coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's drinking his coffee over there. But no, Mark talked a little about Fruit Ninja with us, and it sounds like it's going to be an exciting kind of fun property for you guys.
Yeah, he's doing a great job on the story, and there's just big goofy fun in that as well.
Absolutely.
We got a little bit of that from his character. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you saw the interview with Mark, you
Yeah.
know the comic's gonna be funny. So
Yeah, so these are books we're really happy with. We also do a lot of books that are not in our young readers line. We do quite a few books that are aimed at a more mature crowd. There's a couple of them that we've already done that are available in stores. One of them is called Dark Access, and that's a miniseries set in World War II. And so it is about American soldiers that go on a recon mission and end up getting trapped inside a hidden Nazi base inside a mountain with Nazis, zombies, and giant robots.
I'm reading that.
3 things that I think make books great.
Everything about that makes.
That's just awesome.
Yeah, and I will say that it is aimed at a more mature crowd. The soldiers talk like soldiers. So
I will be picking that up definitely. Also,
there's another one that
Right.
I'd recommend that's very fitting for Halloween. It's called Heldorado.
Oh.
It's a 3-issue series, and there's a trade that collects all
He
3
said
of
a
them.
bad word. He said,
Heldorado
right.
is set in 1830 at the time of the Transcontinental Railroad. It's set in Texas. And the railroad is going through, and of course you have the standard setup story where there's a farm in the way, farmer won't sell. We send somebody out to scare the farmer. Oops, dead farmer. And
Oh yeah, he looked like he was
or-
scared.
Yeah, rancher actually, dead rancher. And there's a Chinese work gang that is building a railroad, and one thing leads to another. Next thing you know, you have a Chinese vampire running around the desert, and you have zombies, zombie gunslingers at that. So it's big fun too.
That sounds like a excellent property that you transition into film. Actually,
It would make an awesome movie.
I think it would. To me, the Wild West,
Zombies,
vampires,
vampires,
Asian vampires,
Mhm.
and all of that. That would make a awesome film. I would pay big money to see that.
We need
This
to
is
get
another big idea from the brain of Brent E. Irwin, the co-founder of the company. He had this idea, and he called one of his writing friends up, Mike Hall, and he said, what if Hammer Horror Films made a spaghetti western but hired a Chinese Hong Kong movie to do it for them? And that's where the
Nice.
idea for this came from.
So awesome.
Yeah.
Ooh. Sorry, I like that.
That's
Yeah.
that's like a chocolate and peanut butter moment right
we
there.
need to
Either
get
that-
like Joss Whedon in on kind of like as a advisory.
Either that, or I'm just
Mm.
easily impressed with the amount of coffee I've drank. So
Yeah,
That is a huge thermos.
Yeah, Joss Whedon or Quentin Tarantino.
I was
mean,
about
there's-
to say Quentin. Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe James Gunn.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that could sink their teeth in that, no pun
and
intended.
George
ah,
Romero as well.
Yeah,
Is George still
got the
making
zombies.
films?
Is,
Is he still making films?
I don't know.
every once in a while, I see another one come out.
Okay. All right.
I think you need to stick around for news.
That's right. We're
Okay.
doing news
If you,
next.
if
Hey,
you,
would you like to hang
if
out?
you want to stick around for news,
I'll stick around for news. Let me
Cool.
pitch one other new thing that we've got in the works, though, that I'm
Yes,
very
sir.
excited about.
Uh-oh.
This is a book that's not out yet. We are still working on, and
Here
it
we
will
go.
be coming out soon.
Secrets. We like
Yeah.
secrets.
It's called Hero of Alexandria. Hero of Alexandria is a story set during the Roman period. And as anyone that is up on their history knows, a Roman by the name of Heron actually invented the first steam engine. And it was just kind of a toy. It's like, oh, look, you light a little fire and the ball spins around. Yeah, that's nice. Well, the Romans also built roads everywhere.
yeah.
So the premise is, what if somebody thought, hey, what if we harness this and make like a vehicle that's powered by this and could travel on maybe some kind of rails? So the Roman Empire builds this incredible train network. So it's a steampunk story.
Oh, wow.
set
Oh,
in the
there
we
Roman
go.
time
I see where you're
period.
going.
Oh.
So it's true
Applause.
steampunk at the time of steam.
I think that's going to be a
It's
That's going to be
beautiful book too.
Yeah,
I'll be picking that up.
Beautiful book. Highly recommend.
and we have a lot of steampunk fans here.
Yeah.
so
Yes, we do.
Okay,
Very cool.
Let's do some news.
Let's do some
Spring, stick around for news. So I didn't add this one yet because it kind of popped in late, and I wanted to make sure that it was a credible story. But yesterday, the people at 4chan, as you know, they're mischievous individuals. They hacked Entertainment Tonight's Twitter account.
Oh, nice.
They also hacked Justin Bieber's account. Here's why.
Why did they do
Entertainment
that?
Tonight. Entertainment Tonight instantly puts out a tweet that Justin Bieber has been diagnosed with cancer,
What?
and fans are shaving their heads in support of him
Oh no.
with the hashtag bald for Bieber. Now, I wanted to make sure that this is actually a
That's
credible story,
terrible.
but it was. And then Justin Bieber's account puts out a tweet, all my fans are so awesome doing this for me. I appreciate everyone's support. So you have all these pictures of people on Twitter shaving their heads with signs saying bald for Bieber and hashtagging themselves. The 4chan guys got hundreds of young ladies to shave their heads and post the pictures on Twitter. And there's a part of me that just wants to go, even though this was mischievous, congratulations, guys at 4chan.
Round of applause.
There is internet trolling, and then there is trolling in the capacity that you did. That is trolling level God to me right there.
It's epic.
Yeah,
If-
we cannot support or condone the activity, but
I cannot.
an amazing prank is really
But-
appreciated.
Absolutely, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
Oh, and they did have a lot of fans shave their heads and put the
Were
pictures
they
up.
crying? Were they crying their eyes out when they were shaving their hair?
You know what? It's hair. It grows back.
Yeah.
My sympathy level. Plus, also, they're Justin Bieber fans. So, what do you want? How much sympathy do you want from me? Okay.
Well, they all get a good story to tell.
I think it was
So,
funny.
Yes, the 4chan guys were very successful on that, and I just had to add this in because, wow. I told Steve that the other day,
Yeah.
and we're both like looking at the story and just like,
Just-
wide-eyed like children on Christmas.
Oh, really? Just giggling.
Oh God. That was
Uncontrolled
the one
giggling.
that I didn't add to the show page, and I just wanted to share that and give a kudos out to the 4chan guys. 'Cause,
wow.
wow. That is some epic trolling right there, buddy.
I salute them.
That is some epic
that,
trolling.
That takes chutzpah.
Oh, look.
Domo's got a razor.
Yeah. And he's not afraid to use it.
Oh,
So
I don't have a camera pointed that way.
that is
Crap.
mine.
I
That
don't
is
know what a
my
bald
story for
domo
this
is
week.
going to look like.
Are we just going to randomly pick
Kind of like
since
pink
we had
and like,
had no?
like skinny and pink.
Yeah.
Kind of like my cat if you shave him.
Are we going to just randomly pick since we didn't really?
Yeah,
pick
I'm
it?
gonna pick. Do you mind if I pick?
Okay,
something?
it's your turn. Go right ahead, buddy.
All right. Hey,
I've got it on. I've got
this
it
is my
on
friend.
camera.
Yes, yes.
Oh my
Nice.
God. Okay, this is from our friends at
Wait a minute,
Blaster.
where did you get a razor from anyway in a comic book shop? Why do you have a random razor sitting around? That's
Okay.
a better question.
When I come in late.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right, guys. So forget that reboot. You know, of course, one of my favorite movies.
What reboot?
One of my favorite movies of the past 30 years. By Crom's hand himself. Conan the Barbarian.
Ooh,
Well,
yeah, the new
forget
Barbarian
anything
movie.
about a reboot or any more Jason Momoa films. Arnold is back.
What?
Deadline is reporting that Schwarzenegger has signed on to star in a new Conan film that will serve as a sequel to the 1982 original. So they're forgetting
What?
Conan the Destroyer,
Okay.
and they're just going to this. So Wilt Chamberlain and Grace Jones are no longer in canon here.
Do not hate on Grace Jones.
It's they're
She has
and
awesome facial structure.
This is a long-awaited sequel will be produced by Frederick Manbaum and Chris Morgan, who did Wanted, and Morgan said he considered the project the project the true sequel of the film, which will essentially pick up in real time.
So it's going to be Conan the Octogenarian?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying,
Now,
by
what
the
they're-
time they get this movie made, Arnold's going to need a walker, okay? And the last time,
Well, he's got that new movie coming out next year where he's like all ripped up and he's playing a cop.
yeah.
You seen it? Okay. Now the studio is shooting for a summer 2014 release date. That's all if we can get past December 21st, 2012, which I think we will.
Whatever.
But yeah, thoughts. I loved Conan the Destroyer. I think it was a lot more fleshed out film than Barbarian. I saw the Jason Momoa remake. I was not really impressed with it. It was more like, okay, let's just see how many
It
heads
was
we
weak.
can, how many heads we can cut off. That was kind of the film it was.
Yeah.
It
There's
was
nothing wrong with that.
It was
though.
it was trying to be God of War with a Conan license, and it was
Meh.
just
It was meh.
yeah. So
was violent,
I'm
it was bloody,
I'm
but it was
excited
meh.
to see I'm excited to see a nearly well, probably a nearly 67-year-old Arnold, in a film, as King Conan doing his thing, and I'm like, I will wait to see it. We'll see we'll see how it looks.
No, you're
I
gonna go
hope they
watch
make
it.
him like a tired Conan who's now the king and doesn't like being king. That might play okay.
Could he randomly go what every time someone says something?
What?
I'll be back.
What?
Yeah, he will be back. I mean, you know that.
From the bathroom.
That is not the tagline. You know
My
that.
4th trip.
I am the king. Look at my muscles.
Crush your enemies and see them driven before you.
I'll destroy you.
And hear the laments of their women. Anyway,
You
that's
went to
the
the
tagline.
lamenting of the women.
The lamenting of the women. Yes.
Maybe he's king until they find out that he's actually had an affair with one of the cleaners in the castle.
snap.
Oh!
Oh God! He
that was
went
back in
there.
the day when you could get away with
The
that.
eventual sequel, Little Conan.
Yes.
It'll be a kids' film.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys could get the adaptation to it.
Oh, we'll have to look into that.
Oh,
There
Lord.
you go. Conan Jr.
It'd be Lil Lil apostrophe. Lil Conan. Yeah, Lil
Yeah.
Conan.
It'll be like Group and a little more, deadly.
Yeah.
Just okay.
Okay, so
you read a story now.
Okay, I do have one. This is a toy story, considering I am the kind of the toy guy here. But as you know, I collect the Master of the Universe Classics figures, the remakes of the He-Man figures. And they're pretty nice. I like collecting them. However, there is one accessory from the old school days that people have said would never get made. They're actually trying to make it. They are trying to make a Castle Grayskull.
Okay.
And if you have the old Castle Grayskull as a kid, like I did, that was probably one of the coolest accessories with that line. Well, these figures are actually a lot bigger. They're about this size, and they're going to make the Castle Grayskull in scale with those. This thing is going to be massive.
Wow.
Here is the catch. Matty Collector, who makes it, this comes from thefoosh.com, by the way.
Right.
They're doing a pre-order for it because this is such a big undertaking. They want to make sure that they got the money to proceed with this thing.
Exactly.
My
right.
buddy Sean keeps asking me, that's the downside of broadcasting outside, am I getting the Grayskull? I don't know because I got Fortress Maximus coming. But they are
And his
not
wife's mad about
nearly, they're not to their goal yet. The pre-order started October 16th. The minimum production goal is going to be November 12th, 2012. And if the goal is reached, the pre-order will end January 3rd, 2013. So if you are a Masters of the Universe fan, and you collect the figures, and you want Castle Grayskull, you got to get your pre-order in because that's the only way they're going to make
Now,
this
is
thing.
this going to be like the Maddie exclusive hoverboard that they've tried pushing? And
To hell with that hoverboard.
oh, okay. Because
No, this is actually going to be a big... The Masters of the Universe figures actually are really good quality. They're pretty nice. I got no complaints about them. If they actually made a freaking Castle Grayskull with the same quality, I would be willing to buy it. However, like I said, it's going to be a very pricey item because I didn't.
it will be
into
very
that.
pricey. Yes.
It
And
is
where are
going to
you
be
gonna keep
300
that?
plus.
Where are you going to keep that?
I
Are you
have
gonna
no idea.
Clear the dining room table off for that?
No, he's gonna throw his kid out on the street.
He's taking over his kids'
My
room.
kids are going to have to shack up.
Yeah.
No, it
Butt
can go in
beds.
the X cave. I don't know. That's another reason because this. When I say this isn't a small item, this thing is going to be about because you remember the old Castle Grayskull
It was-
opened up.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
So we're actually looking at like a 3-foot tall freaking play set
Yeah.
that opens up to about almost 5 feet wide. So yeah, this is a big thing. But there's collectors out there that want them. I know one of my good friends, Sean. He's been telling me to get my pre-order in because he wants
this-
to get his. Because if they don't reach the pre-order, they're not going to make it.
Is this Yu-Gi-Oh, Sean?
It's almost like getting a custom toy. Because they're not going to make it unless they get the money. They want to make sure they get the dough for this thing before they make it. So
Yeah, it's kind of like we need to get the Kickstarter going.
yeah, that Kickstarter, or just give us money.
Can I do a quick PSA on that?
Quick
What's up?
public service announcement.
Quick public service announcement. Guys, if you buy this, do not suggest putting it on the mantle in the living room.
No,
Your
there is
wife
no mantle
not
big
going to
enough.
like that.
I don't think enough room.
You better have a big
I like
freaking
this
mantle
guy.
to get this thing on.
That's not going to fly, okay? I'm just telling you.
They actually did release a video of a foam mock-up of how big this thing would be. That's on their website right now.
Yeah.
It's huge. It is huge. It's bigger than my kids.
It should come with like a house square footage requirement. If
come-
you're under 1,500 square feet, don't even bother.
It's going to have
Yeah.
massive feetures. It's going to be a great
Have
toy.
to get an abatement on your.
I'm debating
Exactly.
it. I'm
you can't
debating.
you can't even buy it.
Have to go work some overtime to get this thing if I want it. Okay. So, but anyway, that was mine. Chris,
Get
What
us.
kind of price is that thing running? Then?
we're looking at 300 plus on this.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say something like 1,000, and then I'd be like, oh,
that's
God.
ridiculous.
So you don't need a
I
mortgage.
probably would
for
buy it
it.
though.
Yeah, take out a second mortgage on your home to buy all this stuff. I
Yeah.
tell
It
you.
is a home. You have to live in it.
Now, speaking, we're at retail today, so wow, this is a fun one. I'm wait for my iPad to load here. Got a lot of modern technology by the
Oh
way.
yeah.
You should have. Oh no, I'm sorry. The price on that is going to be $250. Sorry.
Okay, 250.
Oh, 250. That's more reasonable.
Well, there was some announcement it was going to be over that, but they've
Now,
solidified the price.
yeah,
Anyway.
we're speaking of retail and juggernauting and things like that. You know, the game store that we all occasionally go to, GameStop, is trying something new this holiday season. Of course, this is from our friends at GameSpot, actually. GameStop is trying something new this holiday season. The company announced today, and this was the other day.
Oh yeah, this story. Yeah.
New line of concept stores called GameStop Kids, the first of which will open today in Grapevine, Texas, which I think opened out at the Mills, I believe. The location of their world headquarters. And all GameStop plans to open 80 GameStop Kids locations across malls across the country during the holiday season. GameStop Kids stores will feature a range of games from Skylander, Angry Birds, Lego Star Wars, and Minecraft franchises. Offerings available include host of gaming and non-gaming items, toys, products, collectibles, and there's no talk of them doing this internationally. So,
No.
I think
okay.
it's really brilliant that they came up with this cross niche that they can maybe get kids to play games. I don't know why anyone
Well-
hadn't thought of that sooner.
Well,
Back in the day when they still had electronics boutique, they did that. though.
I used to sell figures.
Yeah,
in there
they
and
used to.
everything.
I used to
God.
buy stuff from there. So at some point when GameStop bought them out, because GameStop did it for a while too,
Yep.
but then they stopped, and now they're going back to it. So I'm trying to. I don't think they should ever stop before, because I remember buying a couple of Robotech things from
Right,
GameStop.
and the thing is, I mean, of course, I think this. We were talking about this earlier about making the with Mark here a little while ago about making about the comic shop thing, and I think it's just nerd culture is just getting so it's hitting that critical mass level now. It's like, okay, well, let's jump on the bandwagon now. Let's sell the kids the Skylanders here, because
I don't think it's going to work actually.
they're only doing
I don't
it.
have
They're only doing it
confidence
through
in
the
it.
holiday season right now, which I can see why they're doing it. They're trying to make extra buck during the holiday during a recovering economy that's pretty much recovering.
Sure.
But going full time with it, I don't see it happening. I really don't.
Speaking of which, I did find this to show you.
Oh
That's
my
how big this
God.
thing's going to be.
Oh.
Thing's insane.
RoboCop's down.
Oh no!
Murphy's down. Murphy's down.
But yeah, you can't see it on. Well, here we're getting that technology soon. But that's how big this thing is going to be.
That's your original.
Yeah, that's your original, and that's the. Yes, that is the new designed foam mock-up of that thing. So anyway,
It's large.
it's going to be.
It'll be big.
Giant. That's why I'm probably not getting it, because I
Well-
can't hide it. I can't. Oh, sorry. It was my turn to pick a news story.
You got to pick a news story, guy.
Hey, remember they were going to make a G.I. Joe movie?
I thought they already did.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny because I remember seeing commercials and toys and
Everything. It was
yeah,
all ready to
and
go.
it was coming out in like a couple
Dwayne,
of weeks.
with
and,
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
and then
in
all
it.
of a sudden it just kind of
Mysteriously
disappeared.
Poof.
Now, of course, the story was that they were working on 3D conversion for it, which I found kind of iffy, to delay this movie a whole year.
It was like a thin excuse, really.
When actually, like I said, and the argument is because I have friends that actually tested. I have 2 friends that tested this movie, and they honestly said it was so bad
How bad was it?
What?
that they wanted to walk out of a free test screening.
That's terrible.
It was so bad, Snake Eyes would say it's bad.
No, they said that was the only good part of the movie.
If he could speak, yeah.
They said that was the only good part of the movie, like the first one, were the ninja parts, and they were not happy with the movie. Like I said, this is 2 weeks before the movie comes out, and then they actually got to view it, and they said no, they would not. I mean, they gave them, the out interview.
It was like, absolutely not.
They were like, we would not see this movie. We would never see this movie. And that's that. And of course, then they come out with, oh, guess what? We're going to take everything back to shoot some 3D. So
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's a rewrite and a reshoot.
But John Chu, the director, he was commenting on it, and he was saying they really wanted to push the 3D, so they're still pushing this whole, we're just converting to 3D. It's not that the movie was bad or anything. I don't, this is more actually a gripe of mine, but
Gripe
what
away.
do you guys honestly think? does it take a year to convert to 3D, or was it because the movie tested very badly?
It takes a year to
because
reshoot
they
it and
also
redo it.
but they also admitted, oh, we're going to
what
go
they do.
back and do some reshoots.
So what you're telling me?
So you're not converting to 3D, but now you're doing reshoots. What's the story here?
What they're probably doing, they're doing an Anchorman with this, because Anchorman did the exact same thing. The original, they did an original test of the film, and the original plot was involving a kind of a weather underground gang of thieves, robbing banks, and a little terrorist group. Didn't test too well, so they went and completely shot a brand new subplot for the film and all that, and then. Of course, when the film came out on DVD, remember DVD?
That's where it got a
Not
lot
Blu-ray.
of its good.
They
it's
put
following.
out the regular film, and then they put out what's called Wake Up Ron Burgundy, which is the original film, as a kind of a separate, little microfilm to go with it, kind of featurette per se. So I got a feeling that's what they're doing with Retaliation. I think it didn't test well because people said, well, yeah, The Rock is wooden when he acts, and I think they had to reshoot some of his stuff, and of course, I think maybe 3D was probably a studio mandate.
But they keep pushing this. I mean, okay, the movie's 2 weeks away from releasing, and now you say, oh, guess what? We want to go 3D. That doesn't float with me, man.
I agree with you.
That
I
dog
think
don't hunt.
Yeah, somebody should have thought of that way before then.
I'm saying that story just does not. And they keep pushing this whole 3D thing.
You know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like the Clash of the Titans argument. They did the film. Oh, okay, we're going to delay it slightly because we're going to convert it to 3D, and it was still
Because
horrible.
it might get people to watch it.
It might get some more people to watch
That
it.
movie would have been better if they just had the owl in there.
3D is starting to feel like a crutch.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm almost done with 3D. It's got to be like a bad movie that I don't care about watching, where I actually want to see the 3D.
If you shoot something like, oh, I don't know, we'll pick a film, just a film.
Resident Evil.
No, God, no.
What? I go see every Resident Evil because it's Resident Evil.
Because it's
I'm
Mila
gonna watch it.
Jovovich?
No, because I'm just a sucker. That's why.
That's why.
It can be in 3D, it can be in 2D, it can be in 1D. I'm still gonna go watch a Resident Evil movie.
So
knowing-
you're one of those. So if we took this back 20 some odd years, you would be one of those guys that had to see every Friday the 13th film when it came out.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
Me too.
because.
Well, honestly, this next G.I. Joe movie has to be good because last time I had to watch so many chick flicks to make up for that damn movie. Because we're leaving the theater.
Look.
We're
There was
leaving the
a-
theater, and Becky's just like, you owe me for this one.
What
don't
Becky
you?"
didn't like Joseph Gordon-Levitt and G.I. Joe.
My wife is an
Cobra
awesome.
Commander.
My wife is an awesome nerd. But even she was leaving that movie saying
That was terrible. I hate it.
the Snake Eyes parts were good. I was just like,
You do her voice so well, by the way.
The ninja
What?
parts were awesome. No, the hell he
Don't
doesn't.
make
Anyway.
me come over this here table.
So anyway, that was my gripe because I'm kind of I'm just really sick of this whole GI Joe debacle. I don't think I have any desire to actually see the second film now.
Wait till it comes on TV. That's what you used to do in the
Maybe
old
I'm
days.
just tired of the bull crap around this
The
movie.
movie
but I'm
came
just,
out, then you wait for it to come on TV.
Also, it's
Well, now
directed.
it's just you
It's
stream
directed
it.
by the guy
Or
that
you,
did
or, you,
Step
or
Up.
you get it online somewhere.
That's sad. We need everybody to get onto the Facebook page and then heckle Jason so he goes and sees the
How dare
second
you.
G.I. Joe movie.
How dare you? Well,
Heckling.
You know what? I say that, but I'll probably say, "Hey man, what's going on?"
Hey, grab one. There you go. Thanks for coming.
All right. Well, okay, that's my gripe. Chris, please pick up.
Oh well, I'll pick a good story because I've got a real good one here. How many AC players do we have here? Assassin's Creed.
I got
players?
right here, baby.
Show
Right
hands.
here.
Show hands.
2.
2. Okay.
That's
You're
counting
not a
both
con-
of you.
I'm playing Assassin's Creed, so
Okay, so this is from our friends at GameSpot. Assassin's Creed 3 ships next week with lofty expectations, but it's already breaking records. Ubisoft announced this week that the new stealth action game and is the company's most pre-ordered game in its history, surpassing previous record holder Assassin's Creed Revelation. What may have contributed to the uptick of the reservation is that AC3 will be available on 4 platforms, of course, 360, PS3, PC, and the new Wii U, which that's when I'll start calling it a Wii U.
you are not going to say that like that on this show.
Wii U.
You are not saying Wii U. Got me doing it.
Catchy, isn't it?
Curse you, Danger. Curse you.
Ubisoft also updated live to date sales for the AC series today. The franchise has now sold over 40 million copies worldwide, though no specificity was provided on how many of those sales are distributed among the various games. It is due for release on the consoles on October 30th. A Wii U version is released on
Don't
November 18th,
do
day
that.
and date, and a PC will launch around November 20th. So, gentlemen, you said you pre-ordered yours.
Oh,
You
yeah.
pre-ordered yours, so you're ready to.
I get to kill them redcoats. Hell yes.
Well, you also get to kill some revolutionary guys as well.
I'm American. I ain't playing that part.
Yeah, you might be able to take down Benedict Arnold. You know, he's a
Okay,
bomb.
I do want to kill King George Washington.
Oh, that's one of the deals. That's the
I'm
DLC
sorry.
coming out.
Assassin's Creed is almost like a history lesson.
I like and see. This is we were talking about games educating people. We talked about this on a previous show.
You can learn
Yeah.
more about George Washington and
Oh,
then
yeah,
kill
I
him.
learned about the Renaissance. I learned a lot about the Renaissance from.
Was it Florence or something that they
Oh, you were
in?
talking about your mom?
Yeah.
I think I told this story on the show when I was playing Assassin's Creed 2 and
Oh,
I was
yeah.
in Florence, going around. I was kind of just walking through the streets, and my mother-in-law comes in the room and she's like, "Oh, what are you playing? Oh, that's beautiful." And without me telling her anything about it, she looked at the screen and said, "Oh, that's Florence, Italy." And I'm like, I dropped the controller, like, get out of here. Really? She recognized buildings in the game and was instantly able to identify that it was Florence, Italy, and that's the point where I earned a new
Awesome.
respect for the guys at Ubisoft.
Yeah, I think they went in there and took photos of
Because
everything.
at that point, she was telling me, "Oh, if you look to the right, you can see another building," and I'm like,
I've been there.
There's the Domo right there.
"So I instantly
Not the
turned to
big
the right,
guy,
and
the
she's
actual
like,
building.
"Yeah, there's the cathedral," and I'm like, "Holy cow!" Because she knew every landmark in that game, and they represented it enough where somebody who wasn't even playing the game to just walk in and note where you are.
Yeah, it's
so
like when
I'm really excited about AC3. I want to see what they pull off with that.
It's like I played the Ezio trilogy, which is I am personally one of my opinions. I think one of the best gaming franchises of this generation.
AC3 is good, man.
It's one of the best gaming franchises. Originally, it was supposed to be a PS3 exclusive. Went out to all consoles and has just blown
I'm
out
thankful
records.
for that.
And I'll tell you this. Speaking of gaming, I've got a little bad news for everybody.
What?
Oh.
What?
Yeah,
news?
our G4. Yeah, they're getting out of the
yeah.
gaming business. G4 published this story.
I'm disappointed in G4.
G4 G4 is canceling all its gaming-related programs, X-Play, Attack of the Show, things like that.
That is sad.
Yeah, the reason being is it's not clear. They said they're going to keep producing until the end of the year. They're going to be doing like special guest hosts and then best of shows, things like that. And then they're going more into a direction of whether they say it's more going to be like they're aiming more for a Esquire, GQ kind
It's
of
the
angle.
final stake in the
yay.
heart of Tech TV.
Yeah.
Can we just bring Tech TV back?
Well, yeah, and
Give us a show on Tech TV.
There
The
you
new
go.
Tech TV.
You said it. We'll fill their spot.
God.
This is a curse.
that's
I've
called
noticed.
Revision 3, dude.
This is a curse I've noticed about a lot of these cable channels that started up, that they've all turned away from what
From what
started
made them? Yeah.
Yeah. When's the last time MTV showed an actual music video?
I don't even
Oh,
watch
there
that
you
channel
go.
anymore.
They have that. Well, they have Palladia, but that's completely different.
TV Land. When's the
They're-
last time TV Land showed something that was made before I was born?
You know what? I would like to point out something. As long as we're talking
oh,
about channels, I would like to point out that TLC, the Learning Channel, airs Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a prime example.
How
of
can
turning
something
away from
called the
YouTube.
Learning Channel air Honey Boo Boo?
Well, okay. Here's
Things have gone completely wrong.
Well, you know that
just horrible.
you know
horrible.
TLC was created originally. It was a compact between what was it, NASA
Yes.
and the U.S. Department of Health.
Right.
And then
as
as
a-
soon
as
as they
education
went
channel.
private,
Yep.
Discovery Network bought them, and then they started running John plus Kate equals 42.
What's next? Are we going to put sports on this show? Is that what's going to
I don't
happen
know.
next?
We're selling out next. or
Hey,
something.
yeah. We need a sports segment.
I guess
Man
we're
hits
selling
ball
out
with
next.
stick, wins game.
It's-
Yay!
I watch sports. Hey,
Go
get off.
field goal.
Okay.
Is that
Settle down,
okay? Was that my? Oh yeah, I had the next one.
Read your story.
Okay, X-Men First Class. If you guys saw it, of course, it's my continuity breaker story that I. Just
I
don't
actually liked it.
Well, Deadline. This comes from MarvelousNews.com. Deadline has confirmed that Matthew Vaughn will not be back to direct the sequel to X-Men First Class.
Boo.
He actually wrote the treatment for the sequel, though. That was scripted by Simon Kinberg, but they want Bryan Singer back. Yes.
Yeah.
20th Century Fox wants now they have not announced it, but they want Bryan Singer back. And as we talked about on the show, they are looking for a Days of Future Past story. But they want.
One of the most complicated X-Men stories ever created.
I
and
honestly
Bryan
don't.
Singer on it.
I think they're really going to confuse the genre if they do if they do first Days
This
of
is why
Future
I like.
Past.
This is why I like doing live internet radio
Oh.
outside.
We have somebody that's upset.
We should bring him on. Ask
Well,
him
this
why.
X-Men
Gives a
First
kid-
Class, one of the things that really struck me is that that's really not a good name for a movie if you intend to do a sequel, because
Yeah.
It is quite ironic.
you don't want to do a movie called Second Class. That doesn't sound like a
Yeah,
real
exactly.
sell, a
Put
good
it, make it
selling point.
alumni.
X-Men, the New Mutants.
Yeah.
But yeah, they want Singer back, but Singer has not signed on yet, so it's up in the air. And
Well, and this is one of those stories
I'm out
that.
of coffee. How can I
That's
possibly
it.
be out of
Show's
coffee?
over.
Yeah, we got to. Yeah.
That's
Back
what
it
I'm
up.
Oh no.
Now that was last night when I was at a party liquor. Anyway,
Hey, there's kids around here, pal.
what
We're
I
gonna
can
talk
say
about-
party liquor.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, they don't know.
You have to think about it for a minute. Party liquor? That's okay.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
Brown or clear?
No, it's brown or see-through.
See through.
Did you muddle anything in there?
Okay, but speaking of movies, we did have a big week for trailers this week.
Trailers.
We had Iron Man 3
Yep.
earlier in the week.
Yep.
We had
sir.
the new Evil Dead remake.
Which Bruce talked a little about last
Yes.
week at the big Bimon Sci-Fi Con.
He should have had like some sort of bit part in there, just so we could.
Actually, he's
We don't know if he does
producing
or not
it.
yet.
He's he and Sam are executive producing it.
He's got to be in there somewhere.
Yeah, so
Like a
what-
gas station attendant or something on the way over. I don't
like
know.
Hitchcock did a cameo in all his movies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
I
got to
like
be a
that.
cameo.
And one that my friend really likes, the series. It's a good day to die hard. I mean, come on.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be like Die Hard. The first Die Hard was one of the greatest Christmas movies ever made. It's a good day to die hard. It's gonna be the greatest Valentine's Day movie ever made as
my
well. See, the way I look at it, this is why I think I saw Bruce Willis is synonymous with the holidays with me. You know?
A friend of mine has a Christmas watching party where it's always Die Hard every Christmas.
Oh, is that the video that I saw of Sean singing like
Probably.
it's like Jingle Bells, but it's about Die Hard?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, man, but yeah.
I never get invited to that party. What a bum.
Don't worry about it. It's just a party. You're not missing anything. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
I actually have not been monitoring the chat room. Oh.
Just probably people.
No, we're good. We're good.
just cussing you out in there.
Somebody
good,
asked,
we're
somebody
good.
asked a question in there, actually.
But along with the movie titles, we did get some more news on the new Wolverine movie. I'm a little cold.
Snicky.
That's why I was. It's not going to be a prequel. It's going to take place after X-Men First Stand. Or Last Stand. First Stand, Last Stand. I got mixed up
Last
with
Class?
First Class.
Was that it? Yeah.
Last Class. That's what you
Or
call the
X-Men
Days of Future
Class
Past.
Clowns coming soon.
But it is going to take place after Last Stand, so it won't be a prequel, and it's going to be Logan in Japan. But why is Phoenix in the movie?
Because I think Logan took a bullet to
They
the
did
head.
find
he forgot
out,
his brain.
but this comes from Topless Robot. Famke Jameson was flown out there to shoot some scenes for the movie.
Oh, nice.
We don't know if it could be a
Flashback, man.
flashback or something like
Flash
that.
around.
But she will
forward.
be in the movie.
Maybe
So-
she's playing Madeline Pryor.
Ooh.
She played Kitty.
There's a thought.
An
there.
older, better-looking Kitty Pryor.
But yes, that comes from Topless Robot. There is confirmation. Famke Jameson maybe.
Is there a robot that does have a top on that talks
Yeah.
about news?
I just love going to Topless Robot.
I love the name of the song.
I just wonder if it's safe for work, you know.
Yeah.
When I
That's
first
got to
saw
hit
it.
a filter somewhere.
Yeah,
As the IT guy. I am the IT guy. What am I saying?
I
You're
am
gonna-
too.
Yeah, go fix the firewall rules.
Chris, you got one? Because
Oh, I got to hit the old book here, the old pad.
I got the other one. Let's see.
Hey, apparently Domo's outside again, handing things out to people.
Domo Domo.
Okay, now let's talk this story because you just mentioned a trailer. Oh, by the way, we have a calendar here.
Cool. Who's playing at Lone Star?
Yeah, who's
Oh,
playing?
hey, let's get that on the plugs we do at the end of the show.
We'll do some shameless plugs here.
Cool.
Shameless
Okay.
plugs.
Okay, so we're talking. We talked about the Iron Man 3 trailer.
Ah, yes.
We talked about Sir Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin, which is it's a very spirited choice for the Mandarin.
Would you just get off of it?
But
it's Ben Kingsley.
The Iron.
Lay
Okay,
off
now
of
if
him.
you'll see a little tattoo on the back of his neck. If you watch the trailer, it says the Iron Man 3 villain has an unusual tattoo. One of the most exciting treats revealed in today's Iron Man 3 trailer is that Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark directly references the events of the Avengers and his hardship during the battles in New York. That's a strong suggestion moving forward. Marvel Studios plans to fully embrace that continuity. It also makes more curious that the tattoo Ben Kingsley's Mandarin has on the back of his neck. Now, this is from Superhero Hype. There's a picture of him with what looks like...
No, it doesn't look like it.
It is it's Cap shield. Uh-oh.
Oh, do you want to bring somebody on?
Do you want to come on, hang out?
Oh, come on. You can take my seat. No, I'm just kidding. Oh,
Hi, Brian. Come
I'll
on
go
in.
ahead and split it. He
I
can
need
go.
to bring more
thanks, man,
mics
for
in next
coming
time.
on. Thank you.
It was big fun. Appreciate it.
Sorry, I was just enjoying him being here, so I was just like, hey, sit down.
Come on in.
Well, drag me in
Dude,
anytime.
thanks, man.
Anytime. All right. We have another contestant up for bids here.
You really need to fade that sound out. It just kind of cuts
Yeah, when you
off.
hit it, you just fade it down.
Ah.
We got to buy him a dude. We can teach him. Anyways, so Sarah, please put on your cans. Oh my God, I just shocked myself on the mic.
Did you
I just got static shock on the mic.
Ew.
I didn't drool on. I just got static shock.
Ah, you'll be all right.
His lips are still
Stop
intact. though.
whining.
I'm a witness. His lips are okay.
Okay,
You're
let's
moving well.
let's get an introduction.
Sir,
for us.
may I ask who you are?
I am Brian Delaney, the writer and artist of Silver Sparrow Comics.
Yes.
Sparrow Comics. All right, Brian. Thank you for coming on. Let's talk. Let's rap, brothers.
There you go. He's got it. Yeah.
So tell us a little about the books you're working on.
Well,
Please.
I'm an online comic guy. I have 2 weekly web comics. One's called The Silver Sparrow, and it's about set in 1980s Japan. It's about an 8-year-old girl that goes to live with her grandfather in the country for the summer, and he's a weapons developer. So it's kind of like an ode to the speed racer, gotcha man stories of the 70s.
Oh, very cool.
Where kids were in crazy situations that kids shouldn't be in. The other story is called Blood Machines.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Pay no attention.
Yeah, just a little.
There we go.
Okay, we're okay now. Sorry about that. Please
No
continue.
worries. Is Blood Machines, and it's a story about a teenage boy that wakes up in New York City, doesn't know who he is or where he's from, and something's been done to him. So it's another sci-fi story, and he basically ends up homeless by default, and the group of runaways that he falls into become kind of an ensemble cast as he's trying to figure out who he is.
Very nice. Now, because I heard you mention, what I like to call the Chim Chim and Spritle factor.
Yes, and I love that. No,
That's
it's
what it
very
is.
true. That's exactly what it is little kids in the trunk of Speed's car while razor blades, saw blades are trying to cut the car in two, and they're jumping chasms.
Ah, they'll be all right.
Oh yeah. Come on, kids need misadventures.
That was back in the
sometimes.
day when kids didn't have to be in a car seat. You know?
That's exactly
Oh, we have some of our fans.
Hey.
Oh,
Linda Jefferson coming through. Linda needs to sit in on us with the news story.
Come sit on our knee. We'll tell you. Sorry.
Hey, husband's right there, dude.
I
God.
didn't mean it like that, sir. But please-
Really? I don't know what you meant it like then.
Okay, please continue.
Please.
Uh-oh.
He likes to play with sounds.
Why are you?
Would you stop playing with the sounds? We're trying to do an interview here. Be serious.
No, that's
Please
awesome.
continue, sir.
Well, the other thing that I'm showing a preview, some of the original art of, is the monthly comic that I'm launching next year, at the beginning of next year. It's called Women, WMN, and it's about 4 different women all tied together by one kind of circumstance. And so each story is going to be their point of view on the thing. But it's a sci-fi story. It's not just about women and their dads. So it's a cool...
Okay, so it's not about daddy issues.
no, there might be some daddy issues in
Okay.
there. I don't know.
Those are the best kind of girls to pick up. What?
There's children here, sir.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
God.
Daddy issues. No, I mean they don't. It's. I'm a dad of a daughter, and once I had a daughter, I realized the comic book industry isn't very daughter friendly.
Yeah.
That's when you just want to make sure that you raise, because I have a daughter now too, and you just want to make sure that you raise them right and make sure that they are there, because I do not want her to be one of those girls with daddy issues when she grows
No,
up.
absolutely true.
I want her to be that tomboy that can beat anybody's butt.
That is just awesome.
And you'd like Hiroko from my story. 'Cause
See?
she's a bit of a tomboy.
Hey, guys are like asking me, how do you feel like we got a daughter? You're going to be all protective? I was like, no, because I know my daughter's going to be able to beat anybody's butt who messes with her. And I did watch my language. I would like to add that.
She's already got a mean pimp hand, dude. She does. She's got a gangster lean and a mean hand.
She's going to have a good right hook is what she's going to
Yeah,
have.
that too.
Right hook.
A good jab. Good jab's actually better. But anyway, you were interviewing. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Yes.
I
yes, I was.
I
was talking about.
apologize.
You mentioned. Of course, you mentioned Speeders or Razor Go Go Go, but you also mentioned Gotcha Man, which
Gotcha
is one of those series that I think, frankly, Sandy Frank destroyed. But then the original. Come on, if you've
that's
never watched an
cool.
original episode of Gotcha Man, it's
Yeah.
it's much more exciting.
It's much more exciting. It's much more dark too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
pretty dark. And Silver Sparrow will have. I mean, both those stories have some dark element to them, but there's also a bit of the lightness to it too. But I'll tell you what, Gotchaman. Yeah, I mean, Gotchaman and Johnny Quest are probably one of my favorite cartoons of all times. And it was, as a kid when you're growing up and you saw the bad guys die,
Yep.
it was like, what? He didn't come up. They never showed them coming up from the water after.
Nope.
They never showed them
That are bubbling up.
I think that guy died.
getting up and shaking their heads, going, that explosion.
No, that
almost
guy's
killed
dead.
them. No, they just died. And not that these are gratuitous or dark comics, but I liked that whole aspect.
Well, yeah, the whole concept of mortality.
Yes.
And in a world that, can be fantastic, there is mortality, and it kind of ties it back in. And we were mentioning it's like I'm a huge fan of like 70s, we'd say 70s anime, 60s and 70s
Yep.
anime, just stuff coming out of there. I mean, everything from, what was it, Kimba, the White Lion,
Yeah.
to Gotcha Man, to the Manzinger stuff,
Yep.
and things like that. And I think personally, and of course, I know a while back they tried to do a Gotcha Man reboot, and it just kind of
Did not.
it did not work well.
They were even talking about a live action movie.
I heard that a while back, and I was like,
I would have watched it.
I would have.
I would have totally watched that. But
but the tone would have been tough. I mean, the tone, because those comics, they were all kids. In the cartoon, they were all kids.
Yeah.
And it's a tough sell to today's audience. We're a lot more jaded and a lot more sophisticated in a bad way.
Well, we were talking earlier.
sorry, the sophistication.
Yeah, we were
makes
talking.
me laugh.
Well, we were talking to Mark Finn earlier. And we brought this up, and it's like we were talking about there's a lot of these, you would say, hero films out these days. I think a lot of it, irony has gone down, but irony is starting to come back a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's, to me, I think you need a good good dark story every once in a while to
story.
yeah.
Well, I think it makes it. I think it actually makes, even if it's fantastic, it makes it more believable.
Yeah.
When you bring those kind of like you said, maybe daddy issues.
Yeah. Well, he did
Bring-
actually.
Yeah, I was
I
pointing
need to-
through you. I was pointing through you. It was very rude. Those
It's
listening
okay.
can't see.
I can't
it,
see him
but
anyway.
I pointed through you.
I know.
And
He is quite tangible. You can't really point through him.
I make a better door than a window.
I keep forgetting I do have this week's nerd confessional. If you want me to.
Okay. Do you want to roll this confessional? Would you like to sit in with us?
well,
Please,
you
must
know what,
hear-
I'll sit in for a little bit longer. That'd be great.
Okay, well, we got 15 minutes left of the show, but I do need to get on with nerd confessional.
That's right, kids.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again this week. I got one story this week for nerd confessional.
Testify.
This comes from
Amen.
Do I
random.
have our church music?
Random Stormtrooper Girls 212.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Posted a story. I got this in my email. She said one year at San Diego Comic-Con in her custom Mandalorian armor, she had conveniently placed a Velcro area for bathroom purposes in this costume.
Hallelujah.
And on the first point of using this, she said that she thought what she was doing was opening up the Velcro, but actually got between the fabric and where the Velcro was stitched.
Oh.
And upon a need to use the bathroom, in much speed and gusto, ripped the costume directly across the crotch.
Oh.
Upon realizing this, she knew that she was not long for this con.
Oh Lord.
Not long.
She said, being
Amen.
that the plastic armor did cover that area, but not well. She knew that she needed to get to her emergency sewing kit, but on the way out realized that now everyone wants her picture. Her and her husband as Mandalorians. She said in the 20 minutes it took to get to the door, every single person happened to notice. She did say she was wearing clean underwear that day. I applaud you, sister.
Amen. Amen.
But it wasn't until one particular little girl happened to notice and said very loudly, as children tend to do, "Mommy, I can see that woman's underwear." She said at this point, many flash bulbs went off. And she made a direct beeline for the door, denying any more pictures of her and her husband, who she said she could hear the snickering underneath his Mandalorian helmet. And that is my nerd confessional for this week. Thank you, Random Stormtrooper Girls.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. And I just thought that was awesome.
Well, thank goodness she had some
clean underoos on.
Yeah, she had her Wonder Woman underoos on.
I could just imagine a little child just saying, "Mommy, I can see her underwear."
That's what I love about kids. Kids are so matter of fact.
They have no filter whatsoever.
I was thinking underoos too, actually, when you were telling the story.
Yes, if she had on Stormtrooper underwear, that'd be true dedication.
Yeah, like some Star Wars undies under there. That would probably just sell it.
But hey,
Mandalorian panties.
That's just
Oh my God.
that is the nerd confessional for this week. So.
You are forgiven for your
Yes,
We'll
wardrobe,
forgive
and
ya.
above all, you are forgiven.
your wardrobe malfunction.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man, I try not to laugh at people, but that was.
Oh.
Oh, did you know who's that? They have Austin Comic Con going on. this
Okay,
weekend.
well, yeah. Thank you for
looks
coming
like
on the show.
Yeah, Brian.
Oh, yeah,
guys.
Greatness,
You guys are
Brian
awesome.
Delaney.
Thank you.
Great man. Thank you, sir,
Hey,
for
man.
coming and hanging out with us.
Take it easy.
Check us out again.
Check out Silver Sparrow Comics, guys, because
Yes.
he is awesome.
Thank
you.
SilverSparrowComics.com.
Do we have time for one more person
Um,
to come on the show?
I don't know. Let's pick a random
we got
person.
we got like 10 minutes.
What's Fern doing?
We got 10 minutes, so we better not. We got
That's
to
it?
we got to do our plugs and.
Do we want to interview?
I do have one more down at Austin Comic Con. Our friend, of course, the Mighty Mangler is down there, but the wrestler CM Punk is down there.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
pulled
Down
this.
there.
Did you pull this story this week
No,
about?
I didn't.
Okay, that was me. CM Punk, who is a self-professed nerd, will be. Why can't I get to the story now?
He's
And there it goes. He will be pinning the intro to the X-Men versus Avengers hardcover, which I thought was pretty awesome. He's if you follow CM Punk on Twitter, he is a huge nerd. He enjoys what he
big
does.
shout out.
But this was the best-selling comic event of the year, apparently. X-Men, Avengers versus X-Men was the biggest one this year. I'm going to be getting the hardcover because I missed out on a lot
I'm
of
going to
them.
be waiting for that because it's like we were talking about earlier. You know, basically trade paperbacks or trade books. That's what I'm doing now.
And this comes from MarvelousNews.com. Marvel editor-in-chief Axel Alonso did say there is no better person who understands the theatrical nuances of a good rivalry than WWE champion CM Punk. And he is plugging this thing, and I can't wait to actually get it and see what he writes. He is a huge comic fan. I thought it was really interesting. I like how genres cross over, just like I said. So, yeah, he'll be pinning the intro to the X-Men hardcover. So let's be excited for that, and let's see what he writes.
I think he'll do it with love and respect. Did you hear the story about him this week? Apparently, he I think it was this week or last week. Apparently, there was a fan of his that he stopped.
Yes, with the shirt.
Yeah, this high school kid was wearing the CM Punk shirt, so he decided to have a little fun with it. We sped up right by him, stopped in front of him,
Yeah.
and
what happened?
Scared the kid.
Oh,
For one.
oh, yeah.
For what? Scared the kid, made him nuts, and then he came out introduced. They talked and hung out.
And gave him some props on Twitter. So, yeah, that was really cool of CM Punk to do for a random fan just seeing him on the street. And, he had no idea that was about to happen. When he woke up that morning, he didn't say, like, CM Punk might stop me on the road.
Isn't our friend Richard Neal down at Austin? Was
Yes,
it World
we
this
have
weekend?
many friends down there. Yep, they're all.
Let's see,
and Ken's down there, too.
Ken Lauer's down there. Who, by the way, him and Richard got a very nice picture with one Felicia Day this past weekend. Did you see that?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
I did see it.
They got a cute picture. Like, I got a picture with Eddie McClintock because he's just awesome. By the way, Eddie McClintock owes me $15.
What? How does Eddie McClintock owe you money?
Okay, let me tell you what I did. Okay, when we went to the con.
Yeah, please.
Okay, we went to the con with. By the way, we've got a very cool interview with.
How does he owe you money?
Okay, let me get there.
I gotta hear this.
Okay, let me tell you. I went in as a fan. I went with we press credential. I went in as a fan.
Yeah.
And I had money to, I got a picture, for the wall.
Okay.
For the wall in the new studio. I also got a Warehouse 13 shirt.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And basically, it's a limited edition shirt they're making. Gave it to my wife because she deserves it.
All right.
After our tumultuous move, and got a picture with him, and everybody's seen the picture. Well, all that ran about, truthfully, $65. I gave his son. I think it was his son that was minding the money. Gave him $80, and we forgot to go get our change.
Oh my God!
Eddie McClintock made $15 off me, man.
I'm hitting him up on Twitter for that one.
It's a tip.
Crap! He does owe you money. I was wondering how this was going to work out. He owes you money.
He's in my pocket now. You know what? I'll tell you what. I will make
I
an
would
exception.
hound him on Twitter.
I will make an
till the end of
exception
Twitter
for Eddie.
days.
I like Eddie. He's a good guy. He was really nice to Muse and me. He was really cool. We talked for a few minutes. He was a really nice guy. I would like him in exchange for that $15. I'd like him as a guest on the show.
Yeah, good luck with
Let's
that.
have him as a guest on the show. Trust me, he does a lot of internet media. He can come. I would love to have him on the show.
All right, I'll hold you to it.
Eddie, this is to you. And by the way, let's cut this and put this on. Eddie, I want you on the show, man. We had a great time meeting you last week. Me and Muse met you. Would love to have you on.
I'll post it.
Let's hook this up. So give us a call or talk to us. Email us. Chris Danger at the UntitledSCNS.com.
Didn't he respond to you on Twitter once or something?
Yeah, about my beaver. He and I
Well,
wear
clearly
he
you
and I
and him
wear
are
beaver
friends now.
glasses. He and I wear beaver glasses. He saw I said, dude, we were talking about that, about the glasses. And he's like, I said, dude, I like your glasses. Like, thank you. He says, these are real. He says, without them, I can't see anything. So he's an awesome guy. Please come on very soon. We'd love to have you on as a guest. We'll hook it up. Anyways, so
We need to do some shameless plugs and close out the show. Cause
you want a shameless plug? What shameless plug?
Yeah,
you
we
want
got
to do
Because
first?
I've
5
also
minutes.
had, I would like to add that I've had 40 ounces of coffee throughout the show.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he has a
Do
10-ounce bladder.
Do the math. So anyway, events tonight. MPX Wrestling.
Oh,
over in
yeah.
Bedford,
Woo!
Texas.
Lucha Libre.
We are going tonight, me and MC. So if you're into local wrestling, MPX,
And they-
every other Saturday over on Reliance Parkway in Bedford, Texas.
And they also have tonight. I believe they will also have a hot chocolate special because it is going to be cold at the gym.
Yes.
So
That's good for the wrestlers, though.
I like how they flip the switch on it. It goes from like massively
Hot to
to
super
like
cold.
Super cold.
It works for the wrestlers' benefit because they need to move faster to keep warm. So there you go. You'll get some fast-paced matches tonight.
also,
man.
guys,
Are you gonna volunteer for another chop?
No.
I like how fast you
No.
said
chop, 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 chop.
I did say that rather quickly. You
Chop, chop,
Yeah, Mister, take it like a man. You shut
I
up.
think it was funny.
Anyway, plug our friends here at Lone Star.
Okay, Lone Star are doing their doing Halloween Comic Fest 2012 here this weekend. Tell you what, they're having a costume contest today at 3 p.m. So if you are here and you have a costume, put it on. They're giving awards for best child costume and best adult costume. They also, I'm shocked, they do gaming 7 days a week here.
Yes, they do.
They do a lot of Magic. They do a lot of.
Ooh, the November events are on the back.
And
too.
are we hanging out after the show to talk to fans?
I'm going to hang around a little while.
I can hang out for a couple minutes, but I actually still have to.
Yeah, you gotta move
I got to
everything,
move some
so.
things out of my old. By the way, yes, Moonbase Alpha is going to be coming together very, very well. So
Better work on that.
we're going to be working on that as a team. Let me give you a few quick plugs. Facebook.com, Untitled SCNS. Also, you can watch us on YouTube anytime, youtube.com, The Untitled SCNS. Justin TV, Untitled SCNS is what you're watching us through right now. Also, Twitter, Chris Danger Show, Jason the X. Also, Untitled SCNS. Subscribe, and you'll see all our stuff because we like to have interesting conversations throughout the week on various sundry topics.
Oh, I have a shameless plug.
Shameless plug me.
No, I have one for me. I just passed 50,000 views on YouTube. For my toy reviews, I just passed 50,000 views. Thank you for watching my
YouTube.com,
crazy
Jason
little
the
videos,
X.
guys. Thank you so much. I'm very happy about this. I'm sorry, I am.
What are you doing over there, Dow? Are you telling her to be quiet?
Oh,
Just
whatever.
trying to stay out of the sun.
Okay, so, all right.
Oh.
Anyway, yes, Lone Star Comics every day. Some card gaming, card and tabletop gaming.
Not just this Lone Star Comics, but your other Lone Star Comics in your neighborhood also
Please
have
come
this
check
as a
them
way.
out, yeah.
Check out your local. By the way, guys, even if it isn't Lone Star, check out your local comic book store.
Support your local.
Support your local comic store because these guys definitely are the ultimate small businessman, and I respect what they do.
This
so.
is how we got big in this. This is how nerddom. This is one of
Yes.
the ways. This is one of the ways nerddom got big. So please support.
Dude,
your
I
local
see
comic
coming up. They also have Hero Clicks coming up.
And we would
That's
like
always
to
fun.
thank them for hosting us
Yes,
for our
thank you
broadcast.
for letting us come out in here and do this. We had a lot of fun.
Thank you for letting us use your electricity.
Thank you for.
You're like taking over their whole front of their store, essentially.
That-
It's okay. I dug this show so much just because I like how we can go
like
anywhere
where-
and do this show now.
Yes, we could do in the back of a truck. I think we should do that there
I
next.
got a truck right there.
Wow, really?
Anyway, thank you to our guests that came on. Thank you, Mark Finn.
Brian Delaney.
Excuse me. Sorry.
He lost his voice.
No, I had to. Anyway,
Brent Irwin.
thank you for
Brian Delaney.
everyone that came on the show. Brian Delaney came on. So yes.
The great raconteur near
The
the well, Mark
guys,
Penn.
thanks for coming on. Thank you to Lone Star Comics again. And that's it for us this week, man.
I am Professor Christopher Danger.
I am Jason the X.
And this was MC.
Keep on nerding. We'll see you next week. Stay safe and have a happy Halloween.
My chair still bounces.
I've got a child.